right? And then they switch to Scree. So Scree comes in. They've already been adventuring for a little while, right? They've been like, gaining equipment and leveling up and things like that. They didn't have anything special. They just had their basic starting equipment, right?
Oh God. Oh, what do you want from
Right?
me? I mean,
Okay.
I'd
So
probably,
so here,
cause
so here's the
yeah.
thing. Here's the thing. They chose a spell called Summon Beast, and it has a component requirement which does not get consumed. It's like the diamond on Chromatic Orb, and it is
Oh,
a
I don't think this will be a
bunch of
problem.
crap.
What? Yeah.
It's a
What?
bunch of crap worth 200 gold. Can they already have that as part
Yeah.
of their starting kit? Because they chose the spell. It's like Chromatic Orb. Like, oh man, I started level 1. I don't have a gem. Fine, you can have a diamond.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely. I thought you were
other
gonna ask for
okay.
2 uncommon magic weapons and that fucking
No,
chart
no,
you sent me.
just the spell, because otherwise they wouldn't have the spell if they don't have the material. Because a ranger, they don't get to pick spells every day. For me to not have my material components, that's on me. For a ranger too, that's their permanent spell. So that would just kind of suck to not have the material for one of your limited spells. So okay, so I just wanted to check that because I wish spells wouldn't do that. I wish they
You
wouldn't just
should have
have
gone
like
for the
hidden
magic
material
item
components.
too, man. I was feeling generous.
Oh well, also no, we have plenty of magic items. We're swimming in magic items. We got magic bows and hammers and axes and
Oh,
shields.
that's right. I'm too generous. I forgot.
So that will come up later. You don't need to know what the significance is to that. I just wanted to know if they could cast Summon Beast.
Sorry.
So, um, I think that was it. Oh, how far away are we from the Demon Grinder right now? In feet? Is it 1,000? Is it a
300.
100?
300. Easy question.
300. So if they just powered up their thing, how fast do we move in a round?
Oh yeah, okay. So
All back now. Hello.
okay. Oh yeah, and then you had another question too. So what was the other question? Was that also about the vehicles?
I don't think I had another question. I wanted to know what the harpoon gun did. I wanted to know if Scree could have that thing.
Harpoon gun.
By
So
the way, Scree, you are approved to use Summon Beast. Yep, he's.
Yeah, let's go.
But harpoon gun and movement speed.
Oh yeah. So actually, I'm just gonna tell you a few things about your tormentor that you would know. I'm not gonna tell you every single stat, and there's some things that you can find out. But I'm just gonna, just walk through it real quick. Okay, so the size is huge. Okay. I'm not gonna go into details about every single thing, but like there's size categories, right? So, but 3,000 pounds is the weight. It can carry 4 medium creatures. It is possible for excess creatures to cling on the side. Actually, it does say that they can like squeeze in the seats. So it is possible, but there's not like a hard limit. So it just if they're small, they could squeeze in. So if Lulu wanted to sit one of y'all's laps, it's fine. Okay. Your cargo capacity is 500 pounds. You currently are carrying the Devil's Ride. You have that with you. I'm so glad that all my audio and stuff is just working. I literally just click and went live. Like it looks like, and now after the fact, now I'm checking and I'm like, oh, yep, looks like it's working. That's good. Okay.
Wow.
500-pound cargo capacity. I think I can tell you the armor class of your vehicle is 21.
Okay.
When it's moving, if it's not moving, you don't add the dex modifier, which is 2. So you actually have a higher armor class while you're moving by 2.
Okay. It's like an avoidance thing.
Yeah, it's almost like a cover, like kind of. Avoidance. That it's literally the same mechanic. Its hit points are 60. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this: hit points are 60. Damage threshold is 10. There's another threshold for mishaps, and I'm not going to tell you that. You'll get to find that out. So a damage threshold means you have to be that much or more damage or it doesn't count. So anything less than 10 damage does 0 damage to you. If it's 10 or more, then that's subtracted from the 60. I'm not going to go into the mechanics about... Welcome back. I'm not going to go into mechanics right now about how vehicles can break and have mishaps and how do you repair them, but there is a point where they can be beyond repair. So if it's 0 hit points, it's destroyed, basically.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
can y'all actually hear me or not?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Am I really quiet or?
You're normal.
Nice, good volume.
Okay.
I can hear you.
My volume has been massively screwed up. I would have figured that out sooner, but it took me a half hour before I realized y'all could hear me.
Oh, sorry.
I've been interjecting with jokes and shit for the past
no.
like 40
Yes.
minutes.
Oh yeah, Nick, now that you mentioned it, when you joined, I said hi and you didn't say anything, and I just assumed.
Oh, I did. I just assumed that you heard me. Okay, so I have an acorn that's probably worth that in real life, or at least sentimental value to me. One day I was working at ST back in 2000, and I was walking between buildings, and I stepped on literally every single acorn on the way except for one, and I took it home and put it in a little box that I bought at an Egyptian exhibit when I was a kid that has actual ivory in it, and it's been there for 20 plus years.
Wow.
Anyways, I'm glad y'all can hear me now. I'm sure y'all aren't. I'm done.
No, it's really nice when I can hear my players. We played the first like a dozen sessions, I think, where you couldn't hear you at all, and it's way better now, I will say. You guys are still there, right?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure it's dead.
You know,
dead.
I never valued how much in person the immediacy and confirmation of knowing other people can hear you actually contributes to the game. Like, we spend so much time, not like a bad thing, although it is, but not like anyone's fault. We spend so much time making sure we can hear each other or having issues that in person completely eliminates all of that.
Yeah.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. I am here. I am alive. I didn't die in the war. Don't marry him. Honey? Honey? I now pronounce you man and wife. No.
Yeah, so actually I would still like to play in person again. At one point. However, I'm not going to be so strong in favor of it as it was before, since the 2 times ago I saw Zaki gave me COVID. So
yeah, literally,
literally
as we were talking about doing it, literally as we were talking about playing in person, COVID spreads between us just from regular interaction, and everyone gets COVID. And it's like, but now we've had it. We've all had it now, so it's fine. It'll be fine.
We've had a COVID.
Now it's.
Apparently, you can get it more than once. It's just more like an odds thing. Like, there's things you can do.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. We are not talking about this because my whole stream will get taken down. You're not allowed to talk about. You can't talk about Stinky 19. Even if you just say the word, you can get tagged. So no,
this video is gonna get flagged
here. No, definitely not Joe Rogan fans. No, anyone watching this stream in the future, unless it's us, is not going to know if I was being sarcastic or not, because it literally can be taken away.
So, does that mean some of the feeds in the past, like when I was sick and I talked about it, does that mean that those feeds might disappear at some point?
I think it's probably okay, especially since we have low visibility. But I was watching like just little 10,000 subscriber channels that just talk about stupid internet bullshit, and one of the guys was calling it Stinky 19. And he said, "Yeah, I can't say the word because that I could actually risk getting tagged." So there are some.
It literally triggers, like Facebook does that too.
Yeah, they already do that with our music, right? They already have the technology to scan the audio and look for key things. So yeah, they're scanning every single thing that we say. But computers are, and computers.
Intent and context matters. You should be able to say, "Yes, I am sick with," and not be afraid about losing the channel, because that's way different than. Yeah. It's not the vaccine and the other words and the bad stuff.
Yeah, that's a really good point. But also, fair copyright law says fair use, and yet they still copyright strike. Oh my God, I've never taken care of that 5 seconds. It's literally 5 seconds, or maybe it was 30 seconds. This tiny little audio clip, and they have my entire video unseeable. And it says it was like some PBS special. So I'm like, oh my God, was I? How altered was I that I'm playing PBS like black and white paint your wagons? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. Oh, but anyway, back to back to the Zach, because you just now came back online. Did you want to say or talk about anything else? Then I'll get back to reading over the vehicle stats.
I got a strike on one of my videos because it said it features kids in it, and it doesn't. And then I hit the button to. Yeah, I hit the little button to appeal it, and it just came right back. It was like, nope, no further appeals available. Those are kids. I'm like, what? This is literally, they're not kids, they're adults. You can tell. Like, what the hell?
Weird.
It makes me think about all those tribunals where I know nobody read the chat logs.
Oh,
pisses me off.
Yeah.
Now I'm done. I think. Yes, thank you.
Cool. I keep checking my battery status because Lily figured out that Sam figured out that she can borrow my laptop anytime that I want, or anytime that she wants. I'm just going to start using first-person pronouns, and that's just going to make it all easier. Everyone is me. hey, am I going to the store with me? Wait, what? Who are you talking about? I'm talking about me. Every time.
You mean
always,
Japanese?
I'm just talking about me. Yeah.
I don't see why it's so confusing. See, watch Mocklar. Step forward. Okay, I'm here. See?
Oh my god, what show is that?
South Park, like the original season.
Marklar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mocklar. We're going to go Mocklar down at the Mocklar and eat some Mocklar with Mocklar. How do you know who you're talking about? Step forward, Mocklar. Mocklar. See?
Yeah, Marklar clues. Like they taught you in English class. I mean, Marklar class. I mean, Marklar.
No,
Anyway.
you can't just replace every noun with Marklar.
Yeah, maybe not. Every noun. Maybe, though. Maybe. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so she gives it back to me 5%. I'm like, God damn it. So I've got the brightness turned all the way down to make sure that I was charging up. And yeah, now it's at 39, so let there be light. Oh my god, I can read my... Wait a minute. Oh. There we go. Yes, burn my retinas.
Oh, crap. See, I was trying to talk with everybody else before Nick got on because of a strategy thing I had. And I was like, you assholes will not stop talking to let me interrupt, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah.
And now I can't talk about it because Nick's here.
Oh, but that's
like, Zach's being
hard.
awfully quiet. Oh, well.
With Jake and Willow, like, how could you know? You know, like, they might just be
I know.
talking over you. You're like,
well,
sorry,
they were
guys,
really deep into their strategy. They were really deep into their strategy and back and forth, like, rapidly. And I was just trying to interrupt real quick. Yeah, and I'm like, those assholes.
Now, if you do have an idea and it doesn't, because you could hear us, if it doesn't reveal the secret plan that we had, you can say it now. Just don't mention the secret plan. And me and Will are chatting in direct chat anyway, so.
I don't know what the secret plan is anyways, because I was getting so frustrated. I kept disconnecting, reconnecting, and screwing with my audio. My secret plan is probably really dumb.
Well, you can do whatever you want.
Sounds good.
I'm driving the machine. I can't do anything other than drive the machine. It takes my action.
I get the harpoon, right?
You get the harpoon, but if it comes within 90 feet, 60 feet, then you can start casting shatter on them. But otherwise, yeah, you're blasting with harpoons. I'm running away.
What's the range on the harpoons?
Good question.
Okay, back to the stats.
Yeah, I think that's where we were.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had not gotten to weapons or anything yet. Okay, so, alright, so, hit points. Okay, so 60 hit points is how much your Tormentor has. Damage threshold is 10, so anything below that, it won't do damage. And the mishap threshold is above that. Mishap threshold means if you take that much damage or higher in a single shot, what? You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I was exclaiming that.
You're just worried about, mishaps. Oh, there's a table. Yes, there's a table. Yes.
It's
so,
when you get hit. That's the part that I just realized. I was like, oh, it's when you take damage. So if they are attacking our machine, mishaps.
When the vehicle takes more than X damage, and it's different for each vehicle, then you encounter a mishap, which means I roll on the mishaps table, and whatever mishap is described happens to your vehicle. So, like, imagine flat tire, half speed, that kind of thing. Or explodes, right?
And we can also do that to them. So
yes.
it wouldn't be a bad idea to just hit them really hard, but it has to be in one attack, right? It's like a concentration save.
Yes.
Okay, so if we can do a bunch of damage in one hit and just blast them, then it might cause a mishap, it might slow them down or something like that.
And
otherwise, we're just going for the people on board.
There are many things that can cause mishaps, by the way. In fact, if you guys run from him, then I will run it as a chase, which I think I can do. I've never done a chase before. I can probably do it. I've got tables.
That will be what we're doing, though.
So, well, good, because I skimmed the rules. So there's chase complications, just like there's special ones and everything. So basically all of those are going to combine, plus some other mechanics you'll find out about. So yeah, you guys could have a mishap because of multiple things. He could have a mishap because of multiple things. But that is one thing I'm telling you, that's your one freebie. Well, no, I give lots of freebies, but anyway. Too much damage at one time, that's a mishap. You know, like that's a paddling from The Simpsons. Too much damage.
I was gonna say that's paddling.
Hit a complication, that's paddling. Failure dex save. Oh, you better believe that's a mishap. And now I'm gonna get copyright strike for quoting The Simpsons and saying The Simpsons. Okay, so anyway, int, wisdom, and charisma are 0 for all vehicles. Right. And they fail. They fail those saves, but they probably doesn't matter.
They're also immune to psychic damage. So,
how do you know? Because you're smart.
Objects usually are.
Okay, so I won't confirm or deny immunities at this point. But that's a pretty good guess. It has no brain to psychic.
No, exactly. Anything that has no brain and no stats in those generally also comes. They always fail to save. But they're also immune to the consequences because they don't have a brain. So
yeah, so
that's a general thing.
Yeah. Okay, so
they're not objects, but they behave like objects.
Yes. So you've got strength, dexterity, and constitution, and it's different for each vehicle. The Devil's Ride, your motorcycle, has the highest dexterity, right? So that's how you can think of it. Those can affect certain things, but I won't get into they matter, right? I'll just say, like, the dexterity, for example, you add that to your armor class while you're moving, right? For this particular vehicle. Same thing with the Devil's Ride, which means the Devil's Ride has a 23 armor class while it's moving because it's got a +4 dexterity. Okay, so then there are a few kind of just, like, features of each vehicle. Some are the same, like, the crushing wheels. If you drive over anything smaller than you, then it does damage and shit to them. So those are mechanics that could come up. But, like, your Tormentor is huge. So if you move through the space of any medium or smaller creature, then you F it up.
How big is the Devil's Ride?
Devil's Ride is large, and it weighs 500 pounds.
Okay. So you can still run over medium creatures.
Yes. Yeah, so you couldn't the crushing wheels, it's got to be 2 sizes smaller. In order to crush it, yeah, 2 sizes smaller.
Just like me and the Grinch's heart.
Now there is mechanics for crashing into something. So if two vehicles collide, the smaller vehicle is going to get effed up. I'll tell you that. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to be on the receiving end. And this werebore guy and this giant demon grinder barreling towards you definitely is much larger than your Tormentor. Tormentor is huge. Demon grinder is gargantuan, which I think is actually is that the next? I think it's the next category up, and then colossal is the biggest. I don't think I'm missing one. Yeah, because it can't crushing wheels you, but it can smash into you, and you don't want that to happen. The equivalent of prone for the vehicles is being flipped over. So if that happens, you have to use an action to get it upright. And plus,
I was gonna say that the thing that we're fighting is so like top heavy. I was like, can we just flip it over like an SUV?
I mean, if you can make it prone, then yeah.
Hey guys, I did 100 words. This is my dad's daughter right here talking that I did 100 words.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, we're gonna get flagged now.
What?
I'm just kidding. He was saying that. There's the video. Flagged.
Oh.
Tell her I said hi. Okay, so your weapons are magical, and and speaking of weapons, your wheels have raking scythes on them, which don't need to be controlled. So basically, if you bend her, you can bend her someone, sort of thing. Especially creatures. If you move within 5 feet of a creature that isn't prone or another vehicle for the first time on a turn, right? Okay, action stations. So there's the helm and the harpoon flinger. So on your turn, you can use your action to use the weapon and fling the harpoon. You have 10 harpoons, so there actually is an ammunition that we'll have to track. And I don't know, I guess if you lose them all, then hope that you can collect them and they're not miles down the road. Well, I guess, I don't know. Well, let's see how that works out.
How many harpoons and what is the momentum ratio for it? This is actually really important. I need to know the heavier the thing attached to the harpoon is, how much does it lower the distance on it?
I can tell you the range is 120 feet, so that might be helpful.
Okay.
And it's
let's say I was to tie myself to one of the harpoons.
Oh, okay.
So when I drop down into the middle of the vehicle, that's when I drop my shatter. Nope, you'd have to wait another round. Oh, fuck.
You do have, if you really want to do that, you have fly and dimension door.
But flying across from a harpoon is so much cooler, and I forgot I had fly. And also, fly takes up a spell slot.
True, you only have one shatter left.
Exactly.
But what is so it's 120 feet. What's the, that's kind of short. What's the damage on it?
It's 2d8 plus modifier, which is 2 for this guy.
Okay. And you can, what's the to hit ratio modifier? Do we know that? I'm assuming we get to roll it.
7.
Okay. So it's equivalent to an Eldritch Blast, except Eldritch Blast can only target creatures. But what creatures can we see on the vehicle?
There's 5 wereboars. I'm sorry, 5 creatures, 3 boars, 2 rats.
Which of them have cover? Do they all have cover because they're all in the station?
Yeah, they're all in stations and they all have cover because of that.
Okay. So actually, the harpoon gun is cool. Honestly, we could put Shora in the freaking harpoon gun. Your Eldritch Blast is the same range. It's the same range.
It's an action.
Yeah, it's the same range. It is a creature within range, and it's better damage actually. So, I mean, I don't want to kick you out of the harpoon seat, but Shora can't do anything in this, and you'd be stronger just shooting Eldritch Blast, as boring as that is.
No, that works. That's fine with me. Do I look like I care whether or not my character's boring? I'm all about, the fun.
Okay, well,
whatever.
And no, that I mean, I don't want to ruin anyone else's plan to be cool, especially if that's part of the fun. But
wait, if Shora launched me with the harpoon, then when I landed on, and it would be my turn, I would not have wasted and have to wait a whole other round, would I?
True.
Or I'll just hang off the back of it and hit them a lot with spells.
If you want to cast fly and zip up into the air and start blasting them, I am all for that idea.
I just thought the concept of me launching myself the harpoon is really funny.
I think that, we could try it, but it potentially would waste a harpoon, and it also might fail catastrophically. So fly is the safer option. But
I don't have another character prepared, so no, it's fine. There's no point in me getting in melee range anyways. Then they can beat on me.
True,
so it was just, I thought that would be like a cool cinematic. So we can trade places. She can do the harpoon. I don't care.
Okay, so yeah, based on, because that was what we needed to know about the stats. So actually, yeah, based on that, Shora is actually, we had this discussion while we were driving across the plains, and they swapped. Shora's in the gunner seat.
Retcon.
Yeah, exactly. Scree and I already discussed what we're doing with the Devil's Ride. Yeah, you probably should. We already discussed what we're doing with the Devil's Ride. We have a plan in place for that. So, as long as you can tell us what the current range is each round, I need to know how close we are to the thing to determine what we're doing on the on the following round, each round. So the thing starts barreling at us. I'm sorry. Finish whatever information you were going to give to us for free, and then I'll describe what we are trying to do. But I think we have our plan down.
Okay. Well, here. So Raxlor is at the helm, right? And
Yep.
Shore is on the harpoon, and Zoe is in one of the seats, and Scree is in another. And then is Lulu flying above you guys, or did you want her to like sit in one of your laps, or
if she can safely be inside, inside, have her be inside. We might have her go blasting trumpets at him. Actually, what's the range on her trumpets and her movement speed?
The range on her trumpets is, why do I not have that there? It's like a 30-foot cone, I believe.
Okay, so she can hit the whole inside probably, if she gets close enough.
It's a cone though, so yeah, I don't know. A 30-foot cone, so I mean, like, and the thing is like 30
maybe
feet
probably CHLR. If she got, is that the front where the helm is? That's the front of the thing, right?
Yeah.
So if she like flew right in front of it and then blasted and then flew straight up, she could probably hit CHLR, but not WB. Well, actually, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. If she was directly in front of the chomper, she
you're saying
could
she's
blast
above
and it
them
would reach.
and aiming down, and then she could hit them in like a 30-foot circle. I don't think she could get the back.
Oh,
one.
right, because are they, what kind of level? Are they not on the same level? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. Okay. CHWB are 15 feet off from the center of the vehicle. CHWB and LR are 10 feet. Yeah, it's only a 5-foot difference. She could probably angle it. CHWB are only 15 feet higher, and the cone is 3D. It gets 5 feet bigger each foot that it goes out. So if she's centered on,
never mind. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of the old cone. Yeah, it's 30 feet. So yeah, she could. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she could hit them all because they're almost circular too.
Yeah, exactly.
The middle ones are the ones at the edge are towards the middle, which is where the cone would be wider. So that should work.
Now she does have to in front of it, but as long as she's doing like a flyby type of thing, it's on her turn. It can't react to her. Maybe one attack, but yeah. So I was just curious. And what is her move speed?
Oh, it's 120, which is as fast as the Devil's Ride.
Okay. So she can zip over to it, blast them, and then zip up in the sky 60 feet or something.
Yeah. Probably.
Okay. I mean, she could try.
Yeah, try. Sorry, I'm listening to you and answering you and also doing setup that I never did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I was pretty much ready, but what I didn't do is, like, sit here and type out all of the... So, like, there's, a name, and there's an HP bar, and there's, stats and everything for each of these characters that's on the other machine. Then there's the stats for the machines themselves, and just notes and stuff like that. So... if I sound disinterested, I am paying attention, but I'm literally like super multitasking. I just had zero time to prepare. I mean,
yeah,
it's just been been busy.
That's why we're taking this time, because technically it takes time away from you preparing, but it gives us something to do and interact and talk about while you're preparing in the background. So I'd rather have it take 10 minutes longer and not sit here in silence the whole time. And multitask.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Instead of being like, oh wait, hold on, like give me like an hour to set up or something like that, So
yeah.
Harpoon. What was the last question? Did you have I'm pretty sure you had an outstanding question. What was that?
I don't think so. Just that Lulu. I was clarifying that Lulu would be able to fly up and. So Lulu can fly up and attack. So she's inside right now. She's not on the outside because we retconned that she could be inside. She's safe inside, but she will be flying out to blast them. Scree knows their orders. Zoe is going to be helm, and Shora is going to be harpooning the helm until the helm guy dies. And other than that, I'll describe our actions when you're ready to start, but no rush. I think I had all of our questions answered.
Cool. Okay. Actually, just give me 1 second.
Yep.
One.
I need to get.
Dude, that joke is so not dead and overused. Yes, by the way, the song that I linked, that was the song that was going to play as I crashed into it and cast Shatter as the harpoon struck. But yeah, plans change.
Okay. Yeah, you know what I never did is I never looked at the stat blocks for the creatures. I just realized that, like wereboars and wererats, like, yeah, they're total creatures. Never used them, never seen them. I wonder if I can pop out 2 at once. Holy crap, this website is amazing. So this one,
yeah, right?
5e.tools, if you pull up multiple monsters and do pop out, it has to be all within your browser window, but you could actually, like, literally just pluck out any stat that you want and just put it up on the screen. Oh my god, this is amazing. I never realized this.
Yep.
Cool, so what are their hit points? Okay. Man, I love to roll hit points for everything, but, I mean, you know.
do they let you click a button to roll the hit points? That would be really cool.
Oh, do they?
You should be able to just like click it and randomize.
Well, wait a minute. Hit points, click to roll, shift click to roll twice.
Dice roller. It literally does. It literally does.
Oh my god. And I got the average. And if I click it
again. Yeah.
Oh
I mean, it's an average for a reason.
This is fantastic. It went down.
Random
I'm gonna
suggestion.
up a little bit. Yeah. I just added 2 hit points just to be a dick. Can I do this one too? Look at that. That's fantastic. And if you do control click, it just does 2 for you. It just double rolls. Oh, wow. I am stunned. Okay. Well, hit points are done. Yeah, thank you for asking that question. How great. Okay. Yeah, so I got... Oh, stupid vehicle. Hold on. Let me actually type the vehicle. Because it does have hit points as well. And so, back to that. So, no, I guess that's it. Oh, you also get a reaction, which, so you do actually, like, literally need to know about this. It's called Juke. If you're able to move, the driver can use its reaction to grant the tormentor advantage on a dexterity saving throw. So, if a dexterity saving throw comes up that affects your vehicle, the driver can remember to use... Oh, I use my reaction.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, well, let me make one more quick note of my creatures. Yeah. Oh, and let me actually pull up my notes. That's the one thing I'm gonna say. Hold on just a moment. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, now it's 9 o'clock and we're just getting started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a big deal.
This one.
I did make a joke the other day, though, because last week Amanda was like, when does your game start? And I was like, oh, at 8 o'clock. She's like, didn't it used to start sooner? And I was like, yes, and since we're always late, we always push it back a half hour every so often. This time, 3 or 4 years from now, we're going to be starting our games at 9 a.m. on Thursdays. Just keep pushing it back.
You know, as our kids get older, though, and we actually start to have this mythical thing called free time, if we're not dead at that point, then, hey, maybe we could play slightly longer games.
I absolutely, completely, and totally plan on being dead at that time.
But I will say that I would much rather play short games more often, because it's so hard to
Yes.
carve. Like it seems like, oh well, since it's hard to get together, it should be really long, so it's worth it. That's what she said. But no, actually, then it's harder to coordinate, because how often can we take 5 hours off? But even if we waste, a bunch of half the time talking, at least we're moving campaigns forward. Like, look at how far we come, 25 campaigns, and they're short sessions. I mean, and they're short, but I mean, hey, you're level 8. You're deep in the book. I think this has been working really well. Okay, so oh no, I was done with all that. Let me tell you one thing about your motorcycle. So it can jump. If the Devil's Ride moves at least 30 feet in a straight line, it can clear a distance of up to 60 feet when jumping over a chasm, ravine, or other gap. Each foot it clears on the jump costs a foot of movement. What? Okay, I never understand that part of it, but anyway, that's the point. Is that's how it jumps 30 feet and it can move 60. So that's a pretty far jump. And also you can do something called stunt. On the driver's turn, you can use some movement speed to perform a free stunt like a wheelie or a burnout. And then there's additional mechanics. But just letting you know what the Devil's Ride can do. So, yeah, with that, I think that we'll jump right into it. When we last left our adventurers, you had just left Fort Knucklebone after taking a long rest and left the city. And you were traveling to the Bone Brambles to visit Red Ruth, a cousin of Mad Maggie's, to see if her divination magic can help you divine the location of one of the Fallen Three, Bel, Olanthius, and Haruman, ones that you believe could lead you to the Sword of Zariel. And I'm sure that's exactly what all your notes say.
Actually, we were going to Mordenkainen's tower.
But then as you left the city, you consulted your Devil Shield, and the Devil Shield said that he is sick of dealing with hags and says, let's just go talk to Mordenkainen. He's the most powerful wizard in the multiverse, and sometimes he hangs out in Avernus in his tower called And also he said it's slightly closer, and so you guys decided, yeah, let's go ahead and trust Valrog. He's been pretty cool so far. We just met Mad Maggie, so let's go see Mordenkainen instead. But you hadn't traveled but 15 minutes in the direction of Mordenkainen when you noticed on the horizon a vehicle much larger than yours, you might call it gargantuan in size, barreling toward you from the distance. Your perception checks allowed you to see that this vehicle looks like the Demon Grinder that Mad Maggie had, but different because each Demon Grinder, every single vehicle in Avernus is different because it's all cobbled together by some mechanic. And there's no standard production lines. I mean, maybe for an army, but not in general. There's no Buicks. The Demon Grinder, has a wrecking ball weapon in the back of it and a giant chomping weapon in the front. And it has harpoon guns on both sides, left and right.
Is that the vehicle that's chasing us?
No, this vehicle is coming from in front of you. Actually, it's coming from your front.
Okay, I meant, was this the other vehicle? This isn't ours.
No, this is not yours. Mad Maggie said that she's keeping her Demon Grinder because it's her best vehicle. But she gave you a Tormentor, which is a dune buggy, and a Devil's Ride, which is a motorcycle. And the Devil's Ride is currently stored in your cargo of your Tormentor, which you can do.
That's what I thought, but I've got distraction.
But you see this other Demon Grinder, but it's coming head on toward you from 300 feet away in the distance. So the fort is behind you. You can see it in the distance. This is not coming from the fort. And you can see this is a different Demon Grinder. Before you left the fort, Mad Maggie warned you about one of the warlords on Avernus is a wereboar. God, vowels and diphthongs. Wereboar called Ragadraga. And he runs the Gorguts gang, which was recently defeated by some other warlords, and so she warned you that he might be one of the most dangerous and violent because he's desperate to reclaim power after a mighty defeat. And he's looking for slaves, he's looking for vehicles and to crew up his army, and he is out for blood. And she warned you about him. And now you see him in the distance with 4 others, 2 other boars and 2 rats, and you got a good perception. And he's barreling towards you at a distance of 300 feet, and the last thing that you saw is that he poured something into his engine, and then mighty flames explode out from the exhaust, and you see it coming towards you even faster than before, and you don't know what that was, but he's coming toward you even faster.
The part that cut out, he dumped a potion in the engine, and the engine got supercharged.
Sorry. Yeah, that was a internet blip. Looks like I'm good. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're good now.
Dumped a potion in the engine, and now it's going faster, and flames are like shooting out the exhaust and stuff.
I said they could stay up till 10 if they leave me alone.
Nice.
They've been great.
Awesome.
We're going to watch Malcolm in the middle when they do meds, and then that's it.
Awesome. Yeah, Miles is hanging out. He's just here. Spend the night. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so that's the last thing you saw. You did just take a long rest before you left, and we were at the end of the session, so we were kind of wrapping up. So Zach didn't do the mushroom ritual that he had been waiting for.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I did.
You did?
Yes.
I
mentioned
I delayed
the start of
right?
it that I was at the session.
Oh, good. Oh,
I don't know if you delayed it or something.
No, I did.
I said I do the ritual. No, that was the session before.
That's so great.
I said I do the ritual, and you said you have to give up 3 things, and I gave up 3 things and stuff.
No, the giving up.
And then
the
it wasn't
things,
bedtime yet.
Well, wait a minute. So no. When you gave up the 3 things, that was when you plucked the mushrooms. Then when you.
Oh, that's right. But yes.
You did.
I mentioned that I wanted to do the ceremony.
I'll go watch the stream later. I can't remember what I did, but basically I did a punt because I hadn't really prepared. Like I wanted you to start getting. So what do you remember? Because what do you remember? What did you get from the vision? Because every night, every long rest. So basically, what I'm saying is I've been preparing your side mission, your side story. And I've got some cool stuff prepared for the next time that you do a ritual, because I think you're supposed to do it every time you long rest, like you can, right? And that's how you keep getting clues, moving it forward. So can you remind me, or just tell me what you remember from your last one?
I remember saying that I do the ritual, and then I don't know what happened.
We did not do a ritual because we were trying to push forward and said, okay, we're moving on. So that was supposed to happen, but never got resolved because we skipped right over it. We said, okay, everyone, we're almost wrapping up. Everyone heal your wounds, things like that. Okay, now you guys are on the machine, you're plowing forward, and now you're in a combat. So,
I was just
on that and do it right now because that was what was supposed to happen.
Well,
I was nervous. It's never happened before, but that's okay. I'll start again the next chance I get.
So, okay, there's not any consequences. It's just more each time you do a long rest. So it gives me time to prepare the next thing as I'm kind of building out what his thing is going to be. But it allows him to still interact. That's why I'm kind of doing it that way. And I couldn't remember.
I can do it the next night.
Well, okay.
Next long rest, it's fine.
Okay, that's cool. And I am gonna give you the option though. But I'll tell you this: if we, well, maybe this is wishful thinking, but I was going to say if we finish the combat like at a reasonable time, then we can do you should be able to do a long rest and do a ritual after that. But so basically, do you want to do the ritual before or after the battle? If you would like, we can retcon.
Let's do the battle first.
Cool. So then that'll be your reward. So if you finish the battle, then we'll pick up next time. But first we can however you're gonna. I'm assuming that after Raga Draga, you're gonna continue traveling and then do a long rest. I mean, it's a couple days, right? So, anyway,
long rest in the
right.
You can do a long rest. Well, sorry. Sleep, right? You don't actually have to do a long rest to do the mushroom ritual. You just need to be sleeping, and you do need to sleep. I'm assuming that after you do your day of travel, otherwise you'd get exhausted. Your day of travel, you sleep to prevent the extra exhaustion. And then you keep going the next day. So what you're not getting is you're not recovering hit points and spell slots. You have to be in a safe location to actually recover things. So
I'm fine. We can.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, either way, I've got that prepared too. So I wanted to address that before we jumped into it. And let you know. So but yeah, I'm not trying to like, haha, you forgot this. Not at all. So if you really wanted it to be, no, I really want to do this before I left, but I'm not punishing you for not doing that. It didn't say you must do this immediately. It just said, use this ritual to contact and figure out what's going on or whatever your mission is.
Ritual anxiety. It'll be fine. I'll try it again tonight.
Cool. Okay, so it's barreling towards you, 300 feet away. What do you do?
We turn around and run the other way.
Kite them back to Mad Maggie's.
If we can
Looks
keep
like the one thing I didn't prepare for, you asshole.
Well, I guess what we need is initiative. So,
Lord knows I don't have any of that.
So, I guess everyone roll it. Yeah, because either way. Ragged Draga got a 5, so that's pretty cool for you guys.
I rolled a 1, and I'm using my inspiration to re-roll it.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, you're the driver. Oh yeah, you're the driver.
I got a 12.
Oh shit. Okay, I'm using table plot just for the initiative tracker. It's just
Raxor got a 15. I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Okay. It's just the best way to track it. If you're using...
I'm sorry, I did it wrong. I have a 14. I hit the wrong thing, apparently. Sorry.
Okay. Oops. God, initiative just one of the worst things. Whoa, that's interesting. Sorry, I'm just commenting on things no one can see. Scree, what's your initiative? Zoe, what was your initiative?
14.
So, Raxlor beat the, Ragged Draga. So
His kids.
That's really good. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so, Raxlor rolled higher initiative. He's your driver. And the driver, picks when the vehicle moves. And he rolled a higher initiative than, the driver of the other vehicle. Who am I missing? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Shora. Oh, nice. She got a 20. Hey, Willow, are you on the call? I mean, are you awake? I'm gonna go check on them real quick.
Uh-oh.
My fucking mic has been off.
Oh, good.
And the curse strikes someone else. I passed it on to you. It was
I got
like,
an
gotta
18
be
on my
somebody.
initiative. I got an 18 on my initiative, and I was saying that. I was wondering,
Nice.
why aren't they responding?
Yeah, I could have guessed muted, but my guest was asleep. Sorry.
It was a reasonably fair guess, to be fair.
I'm back.
Thanks. Guess how
Welcome
far, how much progress I've made between when you were left and now.
None.
You've almost gotten one initiative written down.
I had them all, but then I realized I was already in an initiative from previously, and I just ended up canceling the whole thing. Starting all over again.
Bro.
Okay, so Scree is 18. Raxlor is 15. Thought this tool was going to be easier. I'm just going to use Excel next time. Raxlor is 15. Shora got 20. Zoe.
That's going to be my next character's name.
What? Yeah. Well, what was yours again? I can't
Zoe the third.
remember. 14, I remember.
Oh, 14. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bad guy. Okay, I'll give Lulu a roll. I don't think she gets a plus.
Shore's on the harpoon. She needs one.
Yeah, she got one, and hers is good too. It's she actually got 20, and
Nice.
Lulu got 2, so that's good. No one cares.
Wait, is the range on the harpoon 120 short range? What's the long range?
Nope, just range 120.
Weird.
It's not like yeah, I know, right? You'd think that it would be like no, but nope.
Consistent with the rules.
Loses 1 foot of range for every pound you strap to it extra. We could just get them within 20 feet. Come on. But at 20 feet, you can almost jump across.
Well, I guess I need to go look at the chase rules. Okay, I'm muting my mic because Lily walked in for a second. I'm also pulling up the rules real quick, so just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Oh my god, she's watching Malcolm in the Middle now. Because I was telling her about it. Yeah, it turns out everyone in my family connects with that show. I wonder why. I forgot how awesome it was. Oh, Willow, you haven't seen it at all yet, right?
Oh no, you told me about it this morning. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, you gotta watch it with me and your mom. I mean on your own too, but anyway. It's from the year 2000, ran for 6 seasons. Then Obama was elected, and everyone forgot about it and just disappeared. But it was a good show. Okay, so
Was it still running when Obama was elected? Holy crap!
It's either 6 or 7 seasons. So no, that was before Obama. So I was just saying, like, it ran, it ended. Obama was elected. The economy crashed. The world as we knew it ended.
Okay.
The Tea Party was formed. And so on. And everyone forgot about Malcolm in the Middle, a wonderful little sitcom. I highly recommend you watch it. It's available on Hulu. If any corporate guys want to send me a Malcolm in the Middle hat, I totally accept one. Okay, so beginning a chase. A chase requires okay, and I actually have read these rules, but actually I'm just going to read you guys like the beginning so that you know how we're running it. A chase requires 2. Yeah, I lost my spot already. A chase requires a quarry and at least 1 pursuer. Any participant, so there's 1 quarry, you guys and your tormentor. If someone was on the motorcycle, then there would be 2 quarries and at least 1 pursuer, and there is one, the demon grinder. Any participants not in initiative order, and we've rolled that. As in combat, each participant in the chase can take 1 action and move on its turn. The chase ends when one side drops out or the quarry escapes. Or in your case, when someone blows up. When a chase begins, determine the starting distance between the quarry and the pursuers, which I'm going to go type that in right now, and it's 300 feet. 300. 1 football field. Okay. Track the distance between them and designate the pursuer closest to the quarry as the lead. The lead pursuer might change from round to round. Well, it's not going to matter here. There's only 1 pursuer. Participants in the chase are strongly motivated to use the dash action every round. That would be on you, Jake, since Raxlor is at the helm. So you would be using your dash action each round. The other people would have their whatever actions. Pursuers who stop to cast spells and make attacks run the risk of losing their quarry, and a quarry that does so is likely to be caught, which really only applies to the drivers in this case. However, since it's moving faster than you, it will catch up to you eventually. Even though it's far away and your vehicles have the same base speed, it's done something to have a slight speed boost. So every round it will close in on you. And that's how I'm tracking it basically. And it's I'm just going to tell you that the difference is 30 feet. Instead of trying to say now it's kind of close. Okay. Now it's a little kind of close.
I was going to ask.
I'm just going to tell you 310 rounds.
So it starts at 300 feet. Every round, if we both dash, it gets 30 feet closer. It has a 15 foot per move advantage on us.
Exactly. Wait, okay. A 30 foot per move advantage.
Yeah, but per move, and we're moving twice per round. So 30 per round, but if for some reason they don't take the dash action, then
oh no.
Each move.
Oh no,
or is it
the dash action. Okay, so it boosted its movement speed by 30 feet. But dash, you move your movement speed again. So 60 feet. Oh, 5 rounds. Shit. Well, okay, that's the feat. I mean, I would say that I could just do it 600 feet away because I was thinking 10 rounds. But actually, I already typed in 300, and I can't change that. I can't just change the world. So yeah, I guess that's what we're working with. Good. It'll be good. It'll go quicker. So it's gonna catch up to you in 5 rounds. Oh my god. Yeah, 30. Okay. So but during the chase, a participant can freely use the dash action a number of times equal to 3 plus its Constitution modifier. So I'm going to add a thing called dashes. And you guys it's 3 plus 2 is your Constitution modifier. So you have 5 dashes you can use. And theirs is... Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, just think of Constitution for a vehicle. And then think about whether or not it would have more Constitution than you.
Is this how many times per round, or how many times total?
Total. So once you've expended all your dashes, your stamina bar is empty, and you can't dash, which means whoever has more dashes that's going to decide the race ultimately.
So they're faster than us per move. They get 2 moves. Or they get that bonus multiplied by 2 because we're dashing twice per round. And once we've dashed 5 times, so five rounds, then they've caught up to us, but also they have dashes remaining. So basically, once they're on us, and so we have 5 rounds to take them down before they close in and start smashing us.
Ooh,
so Scree, you know what to do. I authorize it.
I would like to proceed that way, but if you guys would rather have the extra distance, because I was really thinking 10 rounds, and I was thinking, no, that's a maximum, but then that means that you'd have the more distance to deal with. It's still going to be 60 feet per round, so if you want to double the distance and say it's 2 football fields away, we can start at that set.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
I'll work with whatever you give me. But if you're giving me an option, and Scree, you have if that's the case, you have double authorization, and in fact a command to do the strategy.
Oh, good. Okay, that's
cool.
Awesome. I made the right decision then.
You have.
Yeah, I was going.
You have the authority to use. Yeah, 10 rounds is pretty decent, especially if they're going to be catching up and then dashing extra. In fact, you have with the circumstances, you have permission to use a community coin, not your own personal coin. It's called for, so it's fine. As long as you do the plan, as long as you execute the plan after you use the coin. We're still on Plan A, so don't break out Plan B unless Plan A fails horrifically. But either way, you're going to be the hero.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Okay.
Wow. That was a fuck. Okay.
Oh, and try to get behind it. So can it move backwards? How does that work?
Okay, they have to.
Does it have like momentum?
No. Okay. It has to turn. It has to be moving and then turn while it's moving. But so I don't think it can like. I don't think it can just move like a creature, right? You'd have to like put it in reverse and then drive it straight, so it'd be like that kind of situation. Yeah. But I don't know. I guess you can do like a Austin Powers thing.
Scree, you have 10 rounds. You don't want to just... We can discuss the actual plan, just not the secret plan we had. You have 10 rounds to turn on the Hell Rider, whatever it's called. I'm calling it a Hell Rider. Turn on the Hell Rider, turn around, drive towards the machine, but keeping a distance, like off to the side, like you got to circle around. Because if you just drive straight towards it, it's going to run you over. So you need to go around it the long way at an angle, come back around behind it, get in the minimum range to do your thing, do that thing, and then run away the opposite direction. And because otherwise, if it turns around on its turn and decides to stop chasing us and go for you, you might be in trouble. So do what you need to do, but do it as safe as possible. Go the long way around, get just barely in range. We've got 10 rounds. I think once you execute the plan, we'll be fine as long as you do it within 10 rounds. So, sorry, continue, DM.
All right. So you can actually dash even if you're out of dashes, but you have to make a Constitution saving throw, and if you fail, you gain exhaustion. So it's not that when you run out of dashes, then you start burning through levels of exhaustion, basically. But you can still get away by just getting lucky. Huh? Yeah, machines, the war machines actually have their own exhaustion levels, which are connected to mishaps, hit points, things like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how the mechanics run. But I'm going to use initiative order, and so basically, if it's the driver's turn, then they're going to do it. So we're not actually like using a map, right? It'll just be like, okay, do you move? Yes. Do you dash? Yes. Okay. And then then the distance reduces or gains or whatever. Oh yeah, I should do this almost like a debit credit kind of a thing. So some people do it simultaneously, but for me, I think I'm going to go ahead and say they move closer, move farther, move closer, move farther. And I guess if they're close enough to move into your space on their turn, which might be 9 rounds instead of 10, I don't know, I didn't math it out. If they move into your space, then I'm going to go read the crashing paragraph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on who goes first, because if they go first in a round, then
you go first.
They have the advantage.
You're
so we'll increase the gap by our movement speed. Then they'll close the gap minus 30. So on their 10th round is when they'll probably end up moving into our space. Just doing the math in my head, but I don't know if that's correct. That's the soonest they could do it though, on their 10th turn.
And crap. You know what though? Oh, this is gonna bug me. Let me go check the modifiers for were rats and wereboars. Because they're different classes of creature. Yeah. No, I need to...
Modifiers for what?
Their initiative. I'm gonna roll...
Oh, okay, yeah.
I just don't want to add another token. I just don't want to add another token. So I'm gonna go and add another token. And it's not even one I've created, right? It's just like anything. I'll pick the Abishai.
Blank.
Sure, why not? And then this is gonna be the were-rats. And what are the names? There. So now let's give them a rollio. Yeah, so the wereboars are all going to act on the same turn, but the were-rats are on the harpoon flingers. So they actually are going to have their own initiative. So a separate initiative, you're going to be getting harpoon flung. So let me just add...
Makes sense.
Initiative. And they got a 6. So that's pretty good. They're right next to each other, so it didn't matter. So I'm glad I wasted that time. Yeah, they're both last. Actually, Lulu's last, but she doesn't have that much to do. I mean, she could do her trumpet, I guess. Maybe that is a big thing, but yeah. So they're last in initiative order. So if it gets all the way down to it and they drive into you, then crushy crush.
Yep. All right.
Okay. So for everyone, I mean, this really includes the driver, but the driver's mainly going to be driving. Spells and attacks. A chase participant can make attacks and cast spells against other creatures within range. Apply the so that's gonna, you probably won't be able to do spells unless they're like getting really close. Apply the normal rules for cover, terrain, and so on. There's no opportunity attacks, and then that's basically it. And then chase complications. So let's see how much I fuck this up. And so the first person's turn is Shora, so let's start initiative tracking. Shora looks... So, you guys see Ragadraga barreling towards you, foam flying from his mouth as he fisted his hammer raised in the air, charging towards you. And you guys are like, nope. And you turn and you drive in the opposite direction. I'm guessing what you do is pretty much drive to the left. You're not like trying to get back to Fort Knucklebone, right? You're just trying to drive away from him, but still like
Yep.
Whichever direction makes us gain the most distance from him the quickest, which I assume is directly backwards. But I mean, on these open plains, it's not going to take us. We're not going to be in a chase for 15 minutes and get back to Fort Knucklebone, but that would be the direction I'm heading. Whatever direction is exactly opposite of him.
I guess my only question is, so he's coming at you ahead and to the right. Let's say like 2 o'clock.
Back and to the left.
Yeah, exactly. Back and to the left. That's a Seinfeld reference. Ahead and to the right. So let's say 2 o'clock, right? Oh wait, analog clocks don't exist anymore. 45-degree angle.
We're going 8 o'clock. How many radians is that?
No, ahead and to the right. And I mean, if you're looking at the clock upside down. Anyway, just 45 degrees to your right. So if you basically just turn to the left, you can start driving away from him. I mean, I'm not doing trigonometry, and
does
really,
it matter in a chase?
It doesn't really
we're
matter.
Driving. If there's nothing in our way, we're driving the exact opposite direction he's coming.
My only question was, are you trying to get back to Fort Knucklebone, or are you just running away from him?
We're running away from him.
Okay,
and it won't matter because we're 15 minutes away from Fort Knucklebone anyway.
Yeah.
But maybe it does matter.
Well, maybe maybe you're scared.
You determine.
You're hauling us back
determine the direction. You determine the direction we're running. It has nothing to do with the direction we came from. We are running directly opposite of him. If that is leading us towards Fort Knucklebone, that is where we're going.
Awesome. Okay, so you're heading just like parallel to Fort Knucklebone.
Arbitrary direction on a giant blasted landscape.
Exactly. Okay, so and you just start hauling ass, and Shora has the quickest initiative, and she looks at you, and she's manning the harpoon flinger, which aims forward on the vehicle. So can they only? I'm looking at a picture. So
can it rotate? I would assume it can rotate.
It doesn't look like it though. I mean, it's just like sticking out. I don't know.
Does it say within range, or does it say in front of the creature? If it doesn't say in front of the vehicle, it would probably be able to rotate. If they meant for it to only shoot in one direction, they'd probably specify.
Yeah, I think.
Usually the weaponry on a ship would be able to attack in any direction.
So I'm just gonna say it's any direction, because it's. I mean, she can't reach them right now anyway. But the way that it's drawn, it really doesn't look like there's a way for it to turn around and shoot behind you.
The art department does not communicate with the mechanics department. Don't use
that. Exactly. So I'm just gonna say, but the Demon Grinder also has a wrecking ball behind it and has a range of 15 feet. So does that mean, and it's longer than 15 feet?
15 feet. Then it can't. Unless it can get within 15 feet of its space, then it has to attack behind because of the distance thing.
Well, but that's just the art. It doesn't say that in the mechanics. It doesn't say the wrecking ball can only attack things behind you.
Is it 15 feet from the wrecking ball, or is it 15 feet from the machine?
There's no discrete parts. It just is specified as a gargantuan vehicle and with no other detail. So basically,
so it's 15 feet from any edge.
Okay.
Again, and it can attack 15 feet in front of it.
All right, and then the Tormentor can definitely fire behind it. So, Shora
okay, young. I feel like I lost that battle.
It's a negotiation. We just have to be consistent. That's why I asked. How do you want to rule it? What's your poison? Okay, so Shora says, I think they're still a bit out of range. Looks like they're about 600 feet away. And this harpoon gun, I think, is probably close to a sixth of that. So I don't think this is going to be shooting them. But, well, what should we do? I have the initiative.
Ready your harpoon in case you see any enemies come in. Otherwise, just hold.
She goes, oh, that's a good point. And she starts looking up at the sky and stuff like that, and looking over at the horizon and seeing, like, if any enemies are coming in, like the guys chasing you, or if anything else is happening. And
yep, ready your attack for the first enemy to come in range.
She spits on her hands and rubs them together and grasps the. Oh, that was unfortunate.
I say germs.
The gun thing. Yeah, that's a
yeah.
Really
She spits on her hand and grasps the shaft of the gun.
See,
the gun.
no, the thing that the trigger of the thing.
And she twists it. She twists it back and forth to make sure to aim wherever she can.
This is not supposed to be that at all. Now the stream's getting flagged, but whatever. That's okay. It's not a good stream anyway. I'm joking. Okay, so anyway, so she raises the harpoon, and you see her with like squinting into the distance and calculating in her head about how far she thinks it's gonna shoot, and she's ready to go. And with that, it is Scree's turn.
I look at Scree and I give the nod.
Oh God, here it comes.
So Screech lets out Screech lets out a squawk of confirmation and immediately goes to the back and starts firing up his motorcycle. Let's go!
Ah, crap. Okay, all right. Well, the good thing is, in the chase, that you're not the one driving. So you totally have your action to get the motorcycle ready. So I would say that it's prone because it's being stored. So basically,
we had it upright if it.
Oh, fine,
it's ready to go.
Oh, it's ready to go. Okay, I'd like someone to draw a diagram of how this thing is just strapped on there, just ready to just Matrix Reloaded, just like totally just motorcycle off.
I mean, I don't have any visuals to go off of. I was assuming there was like a cargo hold.
Yeah, sure. So, let me see. As a bonus action, the driver can do one of the following: start the engine or shut it off. That's a bonus action. Insert a soul coin. So that seems like two different bonus actions. So, if we say that thing is basically upright and ready to go, I would say that he could use bonus action to put the coin into the slot, use action to start the vehicle, and then has movement available of 120 feet. And no more action, but you could use the action, get on the motorcycle, and then I guess I'm drawing a triangle.
If you approve using an action in place of a bonus action for that, that's good. Otherwise, I'm fine with 2 rounds. But yeah, whatever you. I think it's weird that both of those things are bonus actions. It's like they're trying to be like, oh, it's not a full action, it's a bonus action, but really that screws you up more. It should say action or bonus action.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, also. Oh, hey, is anyone proficient with land vehicles? If you can, you can add your proficiency modifier. I bet no one is. Why would you be? But, I mean, you could be.
Travis's character was.
No.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's because he picked soldier, and soldiers are come with that proficiency. I know that because my paladin that I'm making for your one shot has vehicle. Okay, so so this is how you drive. Oh, actually, let me read you the helm too. The helm of an infernal war machine is a chair with a wheel, lever, pedals, and other controls. The helm requires a driver to operate. The infernal war machine with no driver automatically fails dex saving throws. A driver said that already. Here's how you drive. While the infernal war machine's engine is on, the driver can use an action to propel the vehicle up to its speed or bring the vehicle to a dead stop. Oh, you can't move. It's not a movement speed. It's your action.
Oh, shit!
You're in the helm. So what you can do is get it up, get it ready. God damn it. This is not intentional.
We get it.
You can insert the coin. Oh, my God. I just feel like
what
there's
kind of bullshit?
No, there's not one for that. That's a stretch. You can climb on the motorcycle, insert a coin as a bonus action, start it as an action, but then you have to wait until the next round in order to actually drive it because moving it takes your action. Is that sufficient?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Also, caveat on that.
Wait.
What?
Does that mean once it's going, you still have to use your action to move it?
Yeah.
Each turn, yeah.
Yeah, so your movement is
Yes.
completely useless. It's only your action. But what is it? How is it worded specifically? You use your action to propel it forward?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Well, I'm going to read it again. While the infernal
Just the
war
action
machines,
part, please.
the driver can use an action to propel the vehicle up to its speed or bring the vehicle to a dead stop. So you can choose full speed, or I guess you don't have to do full speed. You can either speed up or slow down or stop, as that's your action. While the vehicle's moving, you can steer it.
Okay, so you can drive forward, but you couldn't drive forward, do something, and then turn around because it takes your action to propel it forward. Yeah, definitely go behind it then.
Yeah, and it doesn't say forward, it just says propel the vehicle up to its speed. So, theoretically, you could like jam it in, slam on the brakes, jam it into reverse, and then start blasting behind you all on the same turn. The action is just to use it. It says to propel the vehicle. It doesn't say to propel it forward. It just says to propel the vehicle up to its speed or make the vehicle stop. While it's moving, you can steer it. So it is
okay.
Pretty you can't change directions on a turn. Basically, is how it works.
So basically, the motorcycle's garbage then, because you can't just go up and do something and then drive away because you're stuck there because you propelled it forward. Then you're right there.
Oh shit!
So
I am so glad we spent all that time deciding whether or not to drag it with us.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have all the details of how things work, but that's what we've been talking about this whole time. I mean, the last couple days. So,
yeah. Well,
I still think you should
really
go for
focused on specific details instead of the general. How do you drive an infernal vehicle? Oh yeah, sure. Let me read you. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, but I think, nobody asked.
I think you. Well, you have been actually. Yeah, we have to go back and retcon again because they're not doing a double dash action. You were talking about dashing, one action, so they only gain 30 feet on it. 30 feet on us per.
Oh.
Per
well, that's good. Well, that's good then.
Yeah,
I
so
feel good about that.
Again, we're 300 feet away.
But wait. So say that again. Wait. You're saying. Oh, so
they're
you're
not
saying
moving
they
twice their
can't
movement
dash?
speed.
You're saying
dash is an action. They're using their action to move. Dash does not come into this. You are reading the chase rules for chases on foot. This is a machine chase, and it takes your action to move. There is no dashing.
Well,
if it takes your full action to move, how? With what action?
In traffic today, I dashed my car.
Okay. Yeah. So
you're combining chase rules and vehicle rules.
Well, you're supposed to, but I mean, it literally says use the chase rules from the DMG, but they're inconsistent publishers, right? So that's what we're working out. But I think that you're correct. So it says that you can use your dash during the chase as your action in order to do whatever, and it specifically says if you use your action to do anything else, then you're potentially going to have a problem. But the way that you drive a vehicle is that you use your action to propel it forward, and it doesn't say anything. Hold on, let me just find that part about. Yeah, maybe not. Damage thresholds, action stations.
A rogue could dash with their bonus action.
There's not.
Actually, no, because it only says action. A warrior could dash with their action surge. They'd have two actions.
I think, yeah. Sorry for reading just for a second. You guys can talk if you want while I'm just reading, but yeah, I think that's how we're gonna do it. But I just want to make sure I get this right.
Yeah. Okay, so Scree, I still think you should do your thing. Basically, what's going to happen is you go up there, you get in the minimum range, which is 60 feet, and do the thing. Okay, so you're... oof. Okay, totally up to you because it's a little bit risky. Here's what's going to happen. You drive up, right?
Yes.
you end your move. Shit, is this even gonna work?
I'm not sure.
If you move
Like,
up,
I'm thinking about it.
you're gonna move up and end your action 60 feet away from it, and then on its turn it's going to move, and then you're going to have to spend another action moving up to it. So the motorcycle is just completely useless. We just need to charge forward because these rules are shitty. We just need to charge forward into the machine and just start nuking them, because otherwise we're sitting here for 10 rounds running away, and there's absolutely no way we can get any advantage on them with these rules.
Yeah,
dude,
I'm gonna
that totally negates like the use of the motorcycle at all. That is so fucking bullshit.
No,
yeah, the rules completely negate any cool things we can do.
I'm gonna change this.
I just think using your move should move it. You should be able to use your movement. You consume all of your movement. The war machine should have its own movement. You use that movement on a turn. You shouldn't have to use they want you to use your action so you're not doing other stuff. But what's the point of the motorcycle then? You can drive around looking cool and you can't use any actions? Why even have the motorcycle then?
An infernal war machine. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Make an exception for the motorcycle if you can if it makes sense with your hands. You can't fire a bow while you're on a motorcycle. I mean, I don't know, maybe with an acrobatics check to drive with one of your claws.
Have you never held the steering wheel of your car with your knee? I'm imagining that if you practice, you can do that on a motorcycle.
No two-hand actions.
I would say
no two-hand action.
Well, with an acrobatics check, maybe.
One hand free.
Okay, yeah, so this says an infernal war machine doesn't have actions of its own. It relies on crew to occupy stations and use their actions to operate the functions. So, I guess we'll go post in the raw group more, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking is, and so by the way, this is like a short encounter and it's mostly us rules lawyering, but this is just the first time that we've ever done this really, really cool infernal vehicle thing. Once we know how this
works,
need
to know more vehicle rules.
Yeah, I'll read more to you guys, but like, there's also there's stuff that you shouldn't know, but you definitely need to know. We need to agree on how these mechanics are going to go. This is
this is learning and hammering out the machine combat details.
Okay. I finally found what I was looking for. Okay, using the guidelines, I hate that word, in Chapter 8 of the DMG and the Avernus Chase Complications table, which I have here, you can build a chase that incorporates hazards unique to Avernus. Use an Infernal War Machine's Constitution modifier to determine how many times it can dash during a chase. So they had to say that explicitly because their own rules broke it. So, yes, it can dash. So back to 600, I guess. When a chase I mean, okay, back to 600.
So
look, I never changed it.
So who dashes? Say that again.
So
it can dash once on a turn, but as part of the action.
Hold on. It says use the War Machine's Constitution modifier to determine how many times it can dash during a chase. So, if it can dash, that must mean that counts separately from moving it. So setting the motorcycle thing aside, actually not setting it aside.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how our two machines work.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a ruling, and then we're gonna go forward, and we can talk about it more.
Yep.
But I read what I wanted to, and it confirmed something. So here's how I'm gonna do it. Devil's Ride. I think that the Devil's Ride is totally gimped, and that's BS. So you can use your action to do something besides just driving it, if you can figure out a way that you're going to do it while you're driving a motorcycle. So if you want to let go with one hand and cast a somatic spell, you could totally do that. But if you need to, if you want to fire a bow and arrow, then you're going to need to use your knees or something. I don't know what it looks like. I'll look up on YouTube motorcycle with no hands and see what that looks like, and that's what Scree's doing. And I think it's
pretty
possible.
sure that probably is going to. Pretty sure that you're just going to find pictures of red streaks across the highway. But still, it'd be interesting
to see. Choked on my coffee.
Oh goodness, I think he's laughing.
Or dying.
Dying from
I
lack
hope
of
not
ice.
dying.
Oh my god, when you said the red streaks on the highway thing. Yeah,
Okay,
but
when we first got it,
go ahead.
never mind. Go ahead. It was a thing in Arlington and some spilled gold glittery paint that ran for like on the highway for several years. It was like 2 miles long, and every time we saw it, we just thought about it being like the Doctor from Doctor Who was regenerating while being drugged by a car, because that's exactly what it looked like.
Nice reference.
You don't see it anymore; it's faded. But for several years, every time we went to her sister's house, we'd giggle when we'd see that streak across the highway.
That's awesome. Okay, so in that case, I am going to record the Devil Rides dashes because you might use it. So yeah, so the Devil's Ride, you can try to do an action because it's all fiat anyway. So you describe it, and if it sounds good, you can do it. But it is still going to be limited. Jake, you don't get to do an action and drive the helm.
Right.
No,
I don't want to.
No. But for the Devil's Ride,
But the motorcycle should.
it's only one person, so that means the only person that drive it can't do anything. It's severely limiting. It's got to be. I mean, God, you can throw a grenade on a motorcycle. Like, come on. Okay, so it has a +1, so it's actually got fewer dashes because it's Constitution. So that means you have 4 dashes and 0 levels of exhaustion. Okay. And yes, and you're starting it. I'm assuming still, so you can basically use it. And so whatever, just whatever you're trying to do, but you can't change direction on a turn. But I mean, you could do a U-turn, right? Anyway,
The point is, you can drive up, do something on the same turn, because otherwise you would move up to it. You'd have to wait for your next turn, and by your next turn, it would have moved away from you. So you need to be able to move. You can move and do something, but then you're stuck there till your next turn, and if it wants to react, it can. But otherwise, you can turn around. So that is still a risk of you're still going to come up behind it. It still has to turn around. But if it decides that it wants to turn around, also the wrecking ball is there, but you're not going to be within 15 feet. But if it decides to turn around and come after you, it's not chasing us, which is a good thing. But now it's on you, and it's going to hit you that turn because you're right next to it. Yeah.
All right.
That's up to you if you want to change up the plan. But I'd decide that before you turn the motorcycle on. But it's totally up to you. I did take Revivify today, so as long as you make your death saving throws, you'll be fine. But I believe in you. Take a health potion.
I'll probably be fine.
Okay, so the other issue, which is quickly fading from my memory, but I know that as soon as we start playing, I'm gonna remember it. Dashing. Okay. So here's the way I'm gonna do it. It seems like a chase is kind of like a separate little mini rule set. So during the chase, you can move and dash, or move and something else. So Raxlor would still want to use his action every turn to dash, so he's still not doing anything cool, but the vehicle can still dash. It's still a mechanic that exists. And the other players have their actions totally free, so because they don't have to make a choice. So it's similar to a foot race, but in a foot race, everyone's got to dash, right? But here, only the driver has to dash. So it's more, what that means is that distances close way faster. That's why we had to put them 600 feet away, is because if you guys blow a tire, it's going to be on you real quick. Which I think that's cool. That adds an intensity. So it's like high speed chase. Yeah, like a car chase, like in a movie or something. Like an entertaining thing that people do, as opposed to Dungeons and Dragons, which is rules lawyering for an hour. Okay, so I think that we're ready to get back into it. Yes, so Scree. So what that means is you still can't go anywhere because you've got to use your action to move. So basically you used your turn totally prepping the bike. Next time it's your turn, you can go. And for and what I've done is I'm tracking separate distance between you and the quarry, and you and the pursuer. And I'm not going to triangulate. I'm just going to track 2 distances, just for you separately, because you're the one that can kind of like go back and forth. Anyway, Raxlor, it's your turn, and you're going to say I dash, and then I'm going to click next.
Pretty much. You did. So you said Is it you use your action to drive it, and then you can also use that same action to do something on the turn, but you still have to use your action to drive it?
No. It is you are moving because it's a chase, and you can use your action to dash or something else.
For Scree, for the motorcycle.
Oh.
Because you said Scree powered up the motorcycle, and then you said, but you can't move it yet because you have to use your action to drive it. But I thought we discussed, and that wasn't true. Do you use your move to move it, or do you use your action to move it?
I want to have it both ways. I want to.
Maybe it consumes
like,
on
while you're moving.
You have to have your action in order to use it to move.
Yeah.
But you can also use that action to do something else. So because Scree already used their action, they don't have the action available to drive the machine. But they... Yeah. So they can't move it, but when they're driving it, they can use their action to drive and do a thing.
Oh, here. Okay. Devil's Ride has a feature, a mechanic or whatever called Stunt, okay? And I read this before. On its turn, the driver can expend 10 feet of movement to perform one free vehicle stunt, such as a wheelie or burnout, and you do it with a dexterity saving throw. So I think that basically as your movement action, you're driving it, you whip a grenade out of your pocket and toss it. But you don't need to make a dex saving throw because you're doing something that's trivial, and it's a stunt, but it's a trivial stunt, and you're doing it as part of your ride. And I know that's not raw. I don't give a crap. But
so action is stunt. Replace stunt with an action.
Yeah, basically. Stunt is an action where you move and you can do one thing, and it's via DM fiat. If they want to do something impossible, then I'll say you can't do that. But if they want to do something that's possible but difficult, then we'll use the stunt, which is a DC 10 dexterity saving throw using the bike's dexterity. In that case, I think it would have to be his dexterity. But yeah, so basically I'm just going to adjudicate, which really that's the whole vehicle thing. It's really just adjudicating every single circumstance. But now we're set on the base rules. So during your turn on the chase, you still have a bonus action. You still have your bonus action. You're automatically moving because it's a chase and the mechanics are different. So you're running. And in this case, I don't even know if you can dash a vehicle in combat. I mean, they really needed to have kind of specific tables for this instead of saying you can do.
Yeah, they should have like actual vehicle rules.
Yeah. Well, seriously,
instead of whatever BS they just came up with.
Well, it just has a little paragraph for every different mechanic. But what it doesn't really say is, so like, okay, if both people are in vehicles, don't you have to be in a chase? Because if you're not, within one turn, you're crashing into each other, right? So it seems like that would be a pretty big thing. But they're really not. All they did is say, oh, here's some extra complications. So I guess what I'm going to kind of do is that, yeah, if you're running from someone, it's basically going to be the structure of a chase. And then you guys can, you're just doing things along the way to decide how the chase is going to end. I think that's kind of how we're going to do it. So Scree can use their action to move / do something, and then I'm just going to have to fiat rule it each time.
Okay, so
and you still have your bonus
initial...
action. You still have your bonus action during the chase. So if you have a bonus action spell, you probably can cast it.
Okay. I will, which I'm glad you said that. So on Scree's turn, they run down to the motorcycle with their movement speed, jump on the motorcycle, use their bonus action to put a coin in, use their action to turn it on. Now they're on the motorcycle, it's running, it's ready to go, but they can't move because they don't have their action. The action is required to move. On their next turn, if they were in range to attack, they can use their action, drive the motorcycle, and then stunt to attack, which is part of that same action they use to move. Is that correct?
Yeah, to attack or basically do anything. While you're driving the motorcycle,
to do something,
you can
take an action,
I'm also
take a regular action.
Yeah. Within
Okay.
the same.
Okay. So the action that
within the same action. I mean, it could be a bonus action. Actually, bonus actions you would just
Right,
get that
like-
as well, right? I would say that's an additional thing.
it's like drawing a sword and attacking. You use the action, and the action is drive the motorcycle and do this thing. So during that same action of driving the motorcycle, you can do one action within reason: casting a spell, throwing a grenade, whatever.
Yeah.
But on this in this turn, their action has already been used to start it, so they are still on the machine with us, right?
Yes, but they're sitting on the motorcycle and basically gunning the engine and moments away from peeling out. But moments in D&D can take hours.
Okay. I use my action to drive the machine forward, and as part of that action, I dash to move double speed. And then as my bonus action, I cast Shield of Faith on Scree, giving them +2 AC. On
Yay!
Scree personally, not the machine. And I say, good luck, you'll need it. And then I kick the lever that's on the machine that drops the motorcycle down to the ground. Except that doesn't really happen because I guess they're going with us as we're driving. Or can they drop do they drop the motorcycle off of the thing and it's on the ground? Are we peeling off, leaving them in the dust, or are they coming with us until their next turn?
Wait, why are you saying
That's
we and
another
us?
thing.
What did I miss?
When did you leave? Scree is on the motorcycle. Did
Uh-huh.
they drop off the motorcycle? Did they drop off our machine?
Okay,
or are
sorry.
they still attached?
I thought you were like hopping on the back riding bitch, like, come on, Scree, let's go. Like,
No.
I mean,
Meanwhile, I'm hanging off the back of our bigger war machine going, oh shit!
it is
As momentum just carries it on.
Actually, it is an option to ride bitch because that's what they said is you can cling onto the vehicle and squeeze more passengers. So if someone wants to ride behind Scree on the Devil's Ride and have a free action to do whatever they want, that's an option.
So if you want to
Hey,
go,
man.
me, you can join them.
Oh, but so
I don't know. I feel like
Shora's got the harpoon. Zoe,
Yeah.
you're just riding anyway.
So
Do
you can
wanna
go be a bombarder.
Yeah, it's your choice. Yeah, you get to choose.
It's on your turn. On your turn, you can decide. Well,
On your
actually,
turn, which is
that
nice.
that still matters then with my question. Scree is on the motorcycle. We are driving away. Is Scree on the ground, or are they still attached?
Attached.
Okay, so they are not able to take the machine off of our machine until their next turn.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so I kick the machine into high gear and I
It's only
start
6
charging
seconds per
forward.
turn.
Yeah, I start charging forward, and we're going. We're picking up speed. The machine's rattling. We're going over like little rocks and going. Bum, 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 bum. And I go, all right, Scree, you ready?
Ready!
I grab a lever, which is, I don't know. It's like a lever that's attached to the ropes that's on it that just like it pulls a knife and cuts the ropes. And after we move the full distance, I pull that lever, and the machine drops off onto the ground and kicks up dust. But we've already moved up. That's just role play and sounding cool. But we've moved our full movement speed. We've dashed. I gave Scree Shield of Faith, and we move. And then Scree drops off for their next turn.
Awesome.
And my turn's over.
That is fantastic. And great role play because it's all taking place within seconds. It's all simultaneous, really, so it's very fluid. So this is cool. So the way that chase complications go is each participant in the chase rolls a d20 at the end of its turn, and then we roll on the complication table to see if a complication occurs. In this case, that's just drivers, and your turn just ended. So you get to test it out first. So please roll a d20.
What is it, a d20?
Yes.
I rolled an 8.
Right, and
Beggars come out from a side street.
oh, this is what a great way to start the chase. Okay, now we're rolling. Okay, the session has begun.
Oh shit.
Okay, so I haven't read it yet. I'm just saying stuff's happening now. Okay, just so you know, 11 or higher is no complication. And Scree will be rolling those on their next turn because they'll be driving their vehicle in the chase. Okay, so 8.
Fuck.
All right, so you use your dash action and you're just flooring it as fast as you can away from the demon grinder. You can see in your rearview mirrors it's slowly closing in on you. And then suddenly, uneven ground threatens to slow your vehicle's progress. Go, 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 just like you were saying. And it's not just like bumps. It's like almost like little mini cliffs, and you're trying to like dodge the little mini cliffs and stuff and like keep it as straight as you can, like tree stumps and pools of black sticky crap and steam vents, and it's horrible. Make a Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I wish they always put the DC first, and I'm always like, here's the...
Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving throw, Jake.
With my dexterity or the machines?
The machines. And I can tell
What's
you.
the modifier?
Make it.
Modifiers +2 for the Tormentor.
That is 21.
Nice.
Very nice. All right, with a 21, you definitely navigate your dune buggy between the craters and cliffs of this uneven patch of ground. So you succeed. Awesome. Ooh, okay, it's almost starting to get fun.
I drive it and I turn to the left real quick to try and dodge something, but that makes the vehicle almost tip, and it like goes up and it's like floating in the air, and everyone's like, ah, and then I go, oh, calm down, and I turn it to the right real quick, and then it slams onto the ground, and everyone just
Yeah, you know when you're on like a go-kart or something and you go over some kind of a big like bump and your ass just slams down to the plastic seat and you're like, ow. Yeah, and Lulu's like kind of squawking her trumpet in the air. And Shore goes, "Oh, this is fun," and she's got a big smile on her face.
We should be happy that the rest of us didn't have to do like acrobatics and strength checks to hold on to it, you know?
Oh, if I failed, it probably would.
All right, and now, speaking of fun, it is now Zoe the Warlock's turn.
All right, make your choice. I say, Zoe, if you want to go with Scree, I feel a lot safer with two of you out there, but it's up to you. I don't want you to feel like you need to risk your life any more than what we are currently doing.
Zoe?
So your options are you could climb on the back of the motorcycle just before Scree jets away. By the way, your mic might be off because we can't hear you. You can jet away with Scree, or you can stay here in the Tormentor with Shora and Raxlor. So basically, do you want to go with Jake, or do you want to stay with Jake, or go with Scree? And keeping in mind that Scree is charging straight towards danger. So you get to choose how your proximity to danger.
For the next 10 rounds, anyway.
Well, I mean, you could come back. I mean, if Scree like came charging back and you jumped back off or something like that, make like a dexterity check or whatever, like acrobatics.
Yeah, I just need in 10 rounds there won't be any choice on your proximity to danger.
Yeah. In 10 rounds, it's all over. The proximity is 0. The proximity is imminent. Also, you could jump off of the motorcycle onto the demon grinder. That would be a possibility as well. Yeah, you could definitely do that because like Scree can't jump because then the demon grinder or the devil's ride is just gonna, no one's driving, it's just gonna fall. But yeah. So, you're there, right? We haven't heard you yet.
Oh, that was probably because he was trying to talk. He disconnected. He's reconnecting.
Oh, okay, cool.
It was funnier to think that like we're talking to him and he hasn't heard us this whole time, and then he just randomly disconnects. Which might be the case, but he's offline something and he's like restarting something.
So next is going to be the Raddies and Raga. So this is a big decision.
Oh shit!
This is a big decision for Zoe.
Yep. I mean, we've still got a couple rounds. They can't do much unless they grow wings and start flying towards us.
Talk to him when he gets back. I'm gonna go grab a water since looks like I got a minute.
Okay.
Grab a new water.
Yeah, I think the backup plan thing. I'm not gonna. Oh, welcome back.
My computer crashed. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Did you hear?
And it's ready for Zach. Then green.
Right. What was the last thing you heard?
And now it's ready for Zach.
Oh, okay. So, it's your turn. Your turn comes up after we're driving, and I turn to you as you start like looking like your turn is coming up in initiative, and I say, Zoe, if you want to join Scree, I'd feel a lot more comfortable with two of you out there, given aerial support. But I understand if you'd rather stay here in the safety of your of the machine. Totally up to you. I wouldn't want to ask you to risk your life any more than you already are. But if you feel like you'd be better off out there with Scree blasting them, then you're free to go. Me and Shora can handle this beastie.
Yeah, okay. I'll jump on the back of the motorcycle.
Whoa!
And he did say that you could. One of the other things you can do once you're up there is you could jump onto the other machine and go on and like start fighting them. But that's totally up to you.
If I was a melee,
I
Yes.
hope that
if I was like a fighter,
audio glitch. I hope that I heard what I think I heard.
I was gonna say, if I was a fighter, that would be great. But I wouldn't have jumped on her vehicle to get over there. I would just tied myself to the harpoon.
Yeah, true.
I have.
What?
I was going to say that I don't think that there's any point of me jumping over there as a caster to stand in the middle of them.
Probably not.
Unless I just really want to die.
No, I was just repeating what he had said, which was, or you can jump onto the machine, and I felt like I was obligated to say that since he was AFK. But I do not recommend that.
Probably
so basically,
not. Keeping it in mind now.
Scree's gonna, Scree's gonna roll up behind it. They're going behind it so they don't get run over. And then when they get behind it, they're gonna stop and do an action. Then when it comes to your turn, you can also do an action. But then you guys are sitting ducks until until Scree's next turn. And then, sorry, I just had a thought that I'll say in just a second. And then on Scree's next turn, they can either drive away or keep chasing it, depending on what the machine does. But you guys are going to be at risk there behind it for a turn. Unless you fly away, and like I guess on your turn you could cast fly on yourself while you're driving up there, and then when you guys get up there, you could just fly away on your turn.
I thought about tying myself to a rope and the rope to the back of one of the vehicles, and then casting fly on myself.
I guess if you needed to, I guess that'd work.
Remember
It'd pull you
your
along.
level-
You wouldn't have to use your move speed.
You have level 1 spells as well. You usually
I know. I don't want to do the fly thing yet, though.
Yeah, it's a
I'll
lot.
just jump on the
It's
back
only
and
two
when
slots.
I'll get on the back, and I assume I'm not in range to shoot him yet.
No, they are still 600 feet. Oh, no. I'm doing a bad job, right? Shit. Okay, am I overthinking this? Do I need to can I just resolve distance after rounds?
However you want to do it. We move forward our speed, and then on their driver's turn, they'll move forward their speed, which will be 30 feet less than it was that previous round.
Okay, so I guess here's the question, and I agree with what you just said. So here's the question. Do I make movement adjustments in the middle of the turn on each driver's round? Or do you, at the end of the turn, do I resolve based on what you guys did? So in other words, if you
I'll tell you what.
It's probably at the end of the turn, kind of like when you're falling, you instantly fall 500 feet at the end,
Right.
Probably like that.
With just two people, I would agree. However, because Scree is going to be driving towards them and they're driving towards us, that might get a little bit complicated because you're not just tracking distance between two targets. Now you're tracking the position of three different creatures on the space. So I think it'd be better to do each turn. Because then you say
okay, not each round.
Each time a driver does an action, say this brings you X distance closer to target A and X distance closer to target B, because they're driving towards Scree, who's also driving towards them. So they're actually going to get to there twice as fast. 4 times as fast, because we're driving away. So it's not just that they're being stationary, they're actually driving towards them.
Okay.
But at an angle.
So let's try that and see how it works. And if we decide to do rounds, then that's fine. But so that means that you used your dash and I didn't do anything, but what I need to do is actually record how far that you moved. So it's 100 feet is your movement, and you dash, so that's another movement. So you're now 200 feet further away, so you are 800 feet. And then when Ragadraga goes, then he's going to dash 260, and then he'll be closer than 600. Okay. All right, but it's still Zoe's turn. You jumped on the back of the motorcycle with Scree, and you have your action if you want to do something with it, but you're still all together right now because Scree has not driven off of the dune buggy.
There's really nothing I have that I can do other than just bracing myself. Cool. So
yeah,
that's my turn.
This is like prep stuff. I mean, you could don a shield.
You
or,
could.
Oh yeah.
You could if
I'm
you.
a warlock.
Depending on what you want to do with your spells, you could cast Fly on yourself and on Scree, just in case of emergency. If you guys need to fly away, that wouldn't be a terrible idea, but that would also take up a spell that you're using for Shatter later. So, but you can also use is Shatter a first level spell or a second level spell?
Second, I believe.
Shatter's like a third.
It's second, so you can't. It's second. That's 24 hours, doesn't it?
8 hours. At our actual level, it's either 8 or 12.
Right, yeah.
It's not until later it actually hits 24 hours. So
don't worry about hex. Don't worry about hex.
It's only a D6.
Okay.
You could probably
use it. Use your bard slot.
Oh yeah, level 1.
It's a level 1. You don't need the bonus time. That's all upcasting it does.
Yeah, use
my god.
Yeah, use your level 1 bard slot to cast your warlock spell of Hex, and then you don't have to use up
when I need it. Yeah.
Spells. Then you can still fly and.
And if I cast fly at 4th level, then both of us can get fly from that one cast, right?
Yeah. Honestly, you might not even need the freaking machine. You guys could just fly, both of you guys, leave the machine on the thing, and then. But we've already used the coin. We've already talked about the things. I say use fly anyway as a backup, but don't use it until you. Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do then. Don't use it until what?
I mean, don't fly off of because you could just fly towards, and they're going to start shooting harpoons at you. So
we save it for an emergency.
Exactly.
But
you fly up 200 feet in the air, so they can't reach you in an emergency. But to actually get out there, use the motorcycle. But yeah, cast it now and prep it so you guys have it on you.
Okay, I cast fly, use the 4th slot, and it targets both of us. So now both of us have the ability to fly.
Whoa!
Could you guys
then I reserve my turn.
Awesome. Could you guys make sure you're each tracking what spell effects are on all of you? Because I've got so much bookkeeping to do. So now Scree has Shield of Faith, Scree and Zoe have Fly, and I feel like there's going to be other spells. So please, everyone, make sure you're tracking your own. Oh my god, so much bookkeeping.
If you have a spell on yourself, you should be tracking it. Yeah, this is post 3rd level content.
Yeah. Okay. Shit. I was gonna look at something. What did something happen with the? Oh no, I'm looking it up. Devil's Ride is 30 hit points, by the way, and I'm actually putting down your hit points. There, both at 100%. Oh crap! Now I have to change this one color because it's gonna bug me otherwise. Okay. So, what did Zoe do with their action? Anything?
I cast fly.
Oh, you did cast fly. Awesome. So you expend a 4th level spell slot and cast fly on Zoe and Scree. Yep. So you guys both have the fly attribute, which gives you 60 feet of flying speed on your turn. Fantastic. All right, and with Zoe's turn over, we're the were rats, and I keep having to remember to say, like, I told you know Ragadraga's name because you talked to Mad Maggie. You don't know the other names, but doesn't really matter. But I'm not supposed to tell you unless you ask them, right? Stupid. So the were rats' turn. And they have harpoon flingers, so they're gonna fling harpoons.
How far do the harpoons go?
Oh, probably not far enough. But let's see.
800 feet?
No, not even near far enough. And they've got nothing else cool to do, so they are just shaking their fists and jeering. And imagine a close-up of these rat men with their clawed hands, like grasping the gun. What do you call the thing? What do you call the thing that you grab and it's got a trigger on it and it's part of a gun?
Joystick?
Handle?
Okay, hold on. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I wasn't listening.
You're sitting in a
I got distracted.
You're sitting in a gunner turret of a vehicle, right? And you're grabbing onto something, and that something has a trigger on it, and when you pull the trigger, it shoots the gun. What's the thing you're holding? Handles?
The grip.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
Person
I
on the
actually
chat
know
has
gun
shot
stuff
a gun.
now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you know. Wait, I was about to go like tangent, so never mind.
I'll go to a gun range one day. Okay. So,
I was the first time I was there. He was teaching me different positions and stuff. He said, "Why don't you go and take a break and try shooting from your left hand and doing this?" And I just literally just kept nailing right in the same spot. He says, "You're supposed to be better with your main hand, you know." I was like, "I don't know." First time.
Deanna went to a gun range with her brother and said it was a lot of fun, like recently.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay,
Anyways, enough about that.
So their little clawed hands are grasping the grip of their harpoon turrets, and they're just licking their ratty teeth, saliva dripping from it, and their eyes squinting, and they got like these steampunk goggles on, but the goggles are like sitting on their foreheads and stuff, and they look like members of Starset, and it's awesome. And they can't do anything except growl at you. But Raga Draga, he uses his dash action. But we're going to get to roll on the complication table, so this will be fun. So he's going to move towards you 100 feet, plus the 30 feet of the boost that he got. And then he's going to do a dash to do that again. So that's 260 feet. So, see, it's a good thing I got Excel. So 800 minus 260... and now he is 540 feet from you. And you guys can just tell because you've got laser eyes and you can tell exactly how many feet it is away from you. So 540 feet away from... Yeah, I guess you could just be like, you try to cast a spell and then I just tell you if it hits. Like, I guess make a perception check to estimate the distance. I'm not doing all that right now, but later maybe. So he uses his dash and ends his turn 540 feet away from you. But I get to make rolls. Okay, so, which one should I make first? Okay, first, let's make the complication roll, because that's what's happening, like, during his turn, right? So we're going to roll a d20, and if it's 11 or higher, then there's no complication for him. And he gets a 12, so he doesn't have any complications this turn. But he has to make another roll, and I can't tell you what it is, because you don't know about it yet.
It's because the potion's going to fuck up his engine.
And okay, so and I just roll another d20, and I'll tell you if anything happens, and it doesn't, and so his turn ends. And I'm not telling you.
I shout, "Be careful, you guys! There's something going on with that crazy potion you put in. Don't get exploded."
Just for fun, I'm gonna tell you the result of the die, but I'm not. But you'll find out maybe what it does. But I rolled a 15. I rolled a 15 on a d20 out in the open, and you don't know why. But it's not the complication roll. All right, and now it's Lulu's turn. And she's still riding on the vehicle, and she looks at Raxlor, who seems like the leader of the bunch, and says, "Where do you want me, coach?" And she squints her eyes, and it's really cute the way that she says it, too. It's like this cute little voice, but she's like trying to act all tough. Because she sees how brave Shora is, and it's inspiring her to be tough as well. Although she's not scared of anything, and she's a celestial.
I say, well, it'd be great to have you on board here, but that thing is barreling right towards us, and ideally we have as few risks on board as we can. Do you think you could get in range of that thing and blast it with your trumpet? Like, fly around to the back of it, get right up behind it, and just blast them with holy power? Do you think you could do that?
She says, "Yeah, I think giving the DM more bookkeeping is a great thing to do. And now I get to track Lulu's distance to Shora, and to Scree, and to distance to party. No, I guess it's not the party anymore, right? So distance to Tormentor, distance to Raga. And now she's flying independently in the air. And I've got directions too. So let's see. My God. my god. That means Scree's distance is now
Hey, maybe
also
we'll-
540 because she's on top of you guys.
Maybe we'll never have to do a machine battle again if this one goes to plan.
No, I'm just gonna find the shortcuts, and then we'll just be doing it real quick, like just real quick like that. But it's like each turn, it's like, oh, what the hell is this mechanic? I'm just gonna need to get a whole new like spreadsheet section for vehicles. Now that I know all the
3D
stuff,
spreadsheet.
Yeah, now the 3D spreadsheet. Anyway, okay, Lulu flies up in the air. Where do you want her to go? She's got 120 feet, but she can dash and double it.
So fly up, out of range of their harpoon guns.
You're giving me a
what's our
third
harpoon gun
dimension.
range?
Okay, distance.
Oh yeah.
Up. How many
What's
feet
our-
up?
What's our harpoon gun range? 120.
Yes.
I tell her to fly 120 feet above their harpoons, so that they can't shoot her out of the sky.
Yeah.
Fly over to the machine, hover above it 100, because I got to give her all the instructions, right? Because if I don't give her instructions, then she's going to do whatever she wants once she gets over there.
Yeah.
Fly above the machine 120 feet, a safe distance, and then, or in front of it, because it's moving forward. So
Yeah.
fly above 120 feet up above the machine, wait 260 feet in front of it, so that on its turn it moves forward, so it's directly under her on her turn, right? Then
Yeah.
fly straight down behind it, blast them with your trumpet from behind it.
From behind, then she would.
I
be
drew a
able to-
diagram. It's in OOC. It's in Hellsberger.
Oh,
I drew a
shit.
diagram.
Okay, fine. Oh. Fly up to like right next to it and then blast it point blank.
Yeah.
I just love Zach's OOC comment too. She goes, "Okay, got it." And I'm sure that your voice will ring in my memory on my next turn in case I'm struggling to remember what you just said. I've got her track position.
Basically, you don't have to remember any of that other than how many turns you think it'll take her to do that. I just don't want them to, as they're passing each other, they can't shoot her because she's high enough. And on her turn, she can fly, calculate whatever distance she needs to on her turn, she ends up directly behind it, so she can fly straight down and blast them. And I guess she'll be left there directly behind it on her turn, along with Scree, so maybe they'll turn around and start chasing the people, but...
Hey, there's mishaps. Eventually she could catch up. We have no idea where this is going to go. Yeah. I've never run a chase before.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling her goal and her ways to complete that goal. Stay out of range vertically from the harpoon guns, and then once you're in range, or once their turn would place you in range, so don't fly directly over them, because then they're going to drive past you, You know what I mean?
Oh, well, so I was thinking you want her to go up, wait until they pass under her. Wait until they pass under her, and since we're doing one turn at a time, she's 120 feet directly above them. Now she can go down, and then she's right there behind him. I'm tracking the movement of everyone, so we have to kind of see how it fleshes out. So she might have to. Yeah. But yes, got the positions. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do her best to figure that out, so I don't have to micromanage it. You got to micromanage it.
Well, that's why you can tell me this was your intent, and I'll go with that. But I mean, I because you gave a detailed explanation, then as long as you're not changing your intent from before she leaves you, then that's fine. You just can't give her new information, basically. Okay, and now back to Shora, and they're still out of range. Would you like her to do anything with her action?
Nope. Aim that harpoon, and if you see anything coming, I tell her, on your turn, unless you have different instructions, keep it aimed and fire at any enemies that come in range.
Okay, she readies her action to attack something as soon as it comes within range. With the harpoon gun, specifically. Okay, and now the game proceeds. It's so much Scree, Raxlor, Zoe, like your turns are so exciting, and then it's like, oh, fuck, I got a pile of NPCs to slog through. Okay, alright, Scree, take us home. What you gonna do? Motorcycle on a chase scene. James Bond, The Matrix trilogy. What are some other badass motorcycle movies? Can't hear you.
I'll be right back.
Cannot hear Scree. Mike.
I wish my mic button wasn't like awkwardly in the middle of the cord to where I could accidentally press it with my body. You know, just stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
But all right, my turn. Well, revving up the engine, I'm gonna go, and by go, I mean not directly in front of the big. It's the demon grinder, right? That's what the bigger vehicle's called.
Yep.
Right? Okay, I'm not gonna just charge on forward that. I'm gonna like not turn, but just kind of turn. Yeah, kind of turning. But, like, just making sure I could flank it back around later. I don't know how to describe my movement besides circling back around, basically. But that's what I like to do.
Okay, sorry, I need to understand this. So you're going to drive off of the Tormentor, and are you driving straight towards the Demon Grinder? Well, first of all...
No.
What direction are you traveling? And then, what direction are you traveling? Relative to the Tormentor. Are you going behind? Are you going forward? Are you going to the side? Like, I know you're trying to, like, do a circle around. That's what I'm asking. Like, what's, what...
Like, to the side.
Like, okay. I guess, how far are you moving toward the Demon Grinder? Do you want to move your full 120 feet, basically? Or are you moving off, or is it less than that? And we can say off to the side, but the direction doesn't actually matter that much. It's just how far away from you are from each position. You can be whatever angle you want to be at. You can just kind of like, work with, because it's not going to reach you yet. So you can either stay here, move forward with the Tormentor, or I gotta turn this music down. I was trying to put on music and now it's distracting me. You can either stay where you are, move with the Tormentor, or move towards the enemy.
Move towards the enemy.
Okay, so like 120 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are now... oh no, you can dash. Well...
Oh shit!
Yeah. What do you want to do? Are you just driving towards them? Are you trying to do anything? I guess I would say that you still have an action. You can move 120 feet towards them. So you're in a chase, but you're turning around, and you can move up to your dash. So you could actually move 240 feet, which would close the distance in more than half. And they would not catch up to you on... Well,
How far are they exactly?
Okay, so your movement speed is... They're 540 feet away from you. Your movement speed is 120 feet.
Yep.
Times 2 is 240. If I take 540 minus 240, you would be 300 feet away from them. And they cannot move 300 feet in one round, so... You could do that, and then you'd be 300 feet away. But then they get the next turn. They get to move towards you before it's your turn, yeah.
Okay. Then I'd like to dash.
Okay. Awesome. So, you now are 240 feet away from the Tormentor, and you're 300 feet away from Ragadraga. And then on his turn, he's going to move closer to both of you by 260. So then he will be 40 feet away. So Scree, on your next turn, you'll be 40 feet away from Ragadraga's demon.
Oh shit! That's perfect!
Scree is... You're going to be in front of him, though. You're not going directly straight back towards him, because he'll just plow into you. You're going around the side.
Yeah.
So... I don't know. I was okay for the interaction of how you guys were describing that, but...
He can basically be Okay, you were AFK. All right, so recap. So basically, Scree hops off the motorcycle and is blasting towards him, and they
At
were
an angle.
yes, at an angle, but I guess, I mean, I'm not going to do the math on this to say how far off to the side you are. I'm not doing, like, in all four directions, but basically, you can say how far to the side of the vehicle do you want to be up to 120 feet. So how much of that feet is off to the side and how much of it is straight back. And they indicated they wanted to move the full 120 feet. And the question is just how far, when they're 40 feet away from you forwardly, how far are you to the side? And I would say that they could go up to 120 feet. Okay, let's just subtract. And I'll just have to just kind of do this in my head. So, what's the angle? Is it 45 degrees? Then they're going to be 60 feet to the side and 40 feet to the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Seems good to me.
All right. God. So
As you drop off the machine,
tracking that in my head.
you move 60 feet horizontally to the side, and then continue moving towards it the remainder of your speed.
Oh, okay.
So 60 of the movement speed was spent moving off to the side to put a little offset. The rest of the movement speed was moving straight back. So you don't have to calculate the 60. All you know is that you less that from how close they are approaching it, because they don't have that 60 feet to move. They're moving 60 feet less. And then do all the other calculations.
Got it. Plus 6. Yeah. Because 60 feet to the side. Okay, so instead of being 240 feet away from the Tormentor, they are 180 feet away from the Tormentor, and then with a 60-foot wide berth to the side. And Raga Draga is 360 feet away instead of 300 because you use 60 of your feet to move off to the side. Oh, and the best part is I updated the wrong part, so I was actually updating Lulu. Just fix this. 180, 360, and Lulu is...
you earn at the end of your first year, automatically. It's that simple.
Okay, and oh my god, 540. Okay. All right. Oh, this is so much fun. If I just if I get better at bookkeeping, this can go smoother. I think this is like these vehicle things. It's like really fun, really boring. Really fun, really boring.
I bet if we were just using a giant battle map, this would be incredibly easy.
No, I don't think so. Because I mean, well, no. I think so. I think you're right. Because then we would just use
divide
the squares.
movements by 10.
Yeah. But that's a lot of extra setup. And me just typing stuff into a spreadsheet is faster. There's no prep. But I mean, I guess
that's 3 hours of the session.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, then we wouldn't have been able to play because I wasn't ready. I didn't have icons and everything else all set up. So, so I'm just saying this can get more smooth. But also, we really just need to run through it like this a couple times. Okay, so I've got the position on Scree updated now. And now it's Raxlor's turn. And we get to update positions again. I'm so glad I encouraged the motorcycle. I could have just left it, and you were totally fine. But I'm like, no, it'll be cool. Yep. It's so much work for me. It is cool, though. I'm happy. I'm so glad that you're doing it.
I will go on record as saying I never asked for war machines implemented in the game. That was part of the campaign, and I'm rolling with what we get. Yeah. I use my action to drive away, and I use my dash to double the movement. And I end my turn.
What is that, 200 feet?
If that...
So 100 movement feet, and you dash, so that's another two. Yeah, so 200. So from 540, 5, and you're now 740 feet away. Cool. All right. Zoe's turn. Oh, wait. Complication. If I forget, then it's cool, and we just keep moving. But sorry, complication.
I'm rolling. While I'm rolling, I will go ahead and mention Zoe. On Scree's next turn, you guys are going to be in range of the machine. So if you want to ready an action to shoot at it, you can actually do that while you guys are moving up. That would be the best way to do like a drive-by. Is Scree just blast past it at full speed. Zoe has an action readied, and then as Scree drives by it, Zoe goes pew pew pew, and then Scree keeps going. So that's
Good idea.
That'll be our strategy for the Zoe thing. If it was just Scree, it wouldn't really work because Scree would have to stop attack and then move away. But for once we have our plan implemented, I think that's what you guys should do on loop. Rolling complication and a cocked. Okay, let me set the thing down. 10.
Yeah, that's a complication.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Part of the, not necessarily, maybe. Oh yeah, 1 is worse. Part of the ground gives way underneath the vehicle, causing it to roll over. Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty bad.
Shit.
Dexterity saving throw.
For the machine, what's his modifier? +2?
Yeah, +2 from dexterity.
20. 22.
Fantastic.
Wow.
On a success, the vehicle rolls into an upright position and can continue moving. Holy shit. So
Oh
you
my
can
God.
fly through the air, spinning onto your side, and you land on your wheels. Ooh, don't fail that one. Holy crap. Okay, so Zoe's turn for real now. Wow. It should be like a chess piece. If I start to say Zoe's turn, then I don't have to make you roll.
Yeah.
Should I ready Shatter, or should I like ready Hex and Eldritch Blast?
Okay, so if you ready a spell slot, then you lose the spell if you don't cast it, and you can't ready Hex. It's a bonus action. So I would say for now, ready a regular Eldritch Blast, make sure everything goes smoothly, and then on your next turn, because you guys are still going to be parking right behind it, on that turn, then you can cast Shatter on your actual turn, and then you can do like Hex and all that stuff. But Hex is good for bonus damage, but Shatter takes precedence over Hex.
Yeah.
And once you've shattered it, then if you get another chance to do a full action in distance of it, Hex first and then Eldritch Blast. But round 1 will just be a readied Eldritch Blast. Round 2 ideally will be a Shatter. Round 3 will be a, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Reroll an itch.
Yeah, that's where we're going. But yeah, just a regular Eldritch Blast. You could ready the Shatter, but I would not risk it.
Yeah, no, I didn't think about that part. Yeah, then I'll just ready Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, 10 actually is the worst complication, by the way.
Really?
If you fail it. If you succeed, it's really awesome. And if you fail it, it's bad. It's exactly what you think. It's exactly what you think. All right, so you ready Eldritch Blast, and what are you readying it for?
As soon as I get within range of one of the people on their vehicle.
Okay.
That I can.
We're going for the driver first.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go for the driver.
All right, awesome. All right, and you will have that ready, and your turn ends. And we're at the harpoon flingers of the enemy, so still not in range. So we skip their turn, and now it's Scree, I didn't have you roll, but I just said that if I forget it, and I totally did. So
It's been a whole round.
You didn't have to roll a complication. Yeah, you have to roll a complication at the end of every turn, and it's my
I thought you said
responsibility.
the other day. I thought you said that was only for the quarry and the head chaser. Scree is neither one of those, or is Scree the quarry? Which Scree's not running.
Don't remember what I read, so let's continue. But next time it's Scree's turn, I'll have to have that answered. So, okay. So, Ragged Ragga's turn. He is going to, I guess just dash. So, let's see. Another 260. Now he's 480 feet away. No, I think that's it. It seems like I should have to do more than that, but I think that's it.
How far away?
480.
Oh, I thought they were getting a lot closer.
It's only 60 feet per round, but it's like far close. So it was 540. Now it's 480. Then it'll be 420. You got 10 rounds. I mean, am I doing the math wrong on this? In 10 rounds, it's going to get to 0, I think, right?
How fast does the Devil's Ride move?
Uh, 120 feet.
So they should be decreasing their distance by 240 feet each turn. Plus, however far they are driving towards us.
Oh, well, 480 from the Tormentor. You're right, I have to adjust.
Oh, right.
So
I thought we were tracking distance to the enemy.
Well, yeah, both.
That's the relevant.
Well,
okay, what's the distance to the enemy?
Okay, from the Tormentor, it's 480 feet because you're driving away from it. For the Devil's Ride, which drove straight towards it, it is now 100 feet away? Because it moved 260.
Okay, Eldritch Blast triggers.
Yes! Yes, you're right. 100 feet away. And Eldritch Blast triggers. So make an attack roll against the driver. Awesome. I think we're doing this right. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it set up as a map and use the map for left-right positioning, and then I will just keep the distances in between, because otherwise the distances are just too big and they fluctuate too much, and we don't want to be dragging across, 80 squares or whatever. That's stupid. So the forward and backward distance I'll track in my spreadsheets, and then I'll use the map, and then that'll give us a way to use the icons. Okay, sorry, what was the attack roll? Oh, so you had a ready action to cast Eldritch Blast on the driver of the vehicle when it came within range, and and just now with the end of his turn, it comes within range, so you can make that attack roll before I have him roll his complications.
It's within range of Raxlord, but is it within range of us?
No, it is not in range of Raxlord. It is in range of you because you guys
you're
are
driving towards it. He's driving away. You're driving towards it.
Okay, sorry.
It only took one turn to close that distance. You're only 100 feet away from him now.
Oh yeah, so I thought I had more time. Okay. All right, then I go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast on it.
Yep. Make that roll.
Yep, your attack roll.
$15.
So really, the distance to the party, it's really just the distance. Okay, sorry. What was the result?
15.
Oh, that probably hits. Pull up there.
Probably doesn't count on D&D.
I know. No. He's not wearing any armor. I mean, he looks like he's wearing armor, but it's more like just clothes. Natural.
What
armor.
kind of cover does the helm give?
Oh, thank you. Wow, you're so nice. So the helm actually grants 3/4 cover. Do you know offhand, is that a +5?
I think it's like +10, but I'll have to look it up.
3/4 is +5, so that's gonna give him a higher. Oh shit! Yeah, it misses. It does miss. The 3/4 cover makes a difference. Their AC is kind of low, but they get a +5 from that. So the first Eldritch Blast misses, and he can still do a second one, right? As part of the ready to action.
Yeah. That's part of the spell.
All right, go for it.
Okay. No.
But
I got 10.
Okay. It wasn't. Well, it was a reaction. It wasn't even your turn. Well, no, not a reaction. Sorry. Don't hate me.
Actually, it wasn't
ready to action.
What? It's a reaction? Using a ready to action is a reaction?
Using a ready to action takes your reaction, yeah.
Really? Wow, I didn't realize that. Okay, well that feels better, I guess. Okay. End of Ragged Rag's turn, and he's gonna roll on complications. Hey, maybe he'll flip over. That'd be cool. I mean, this chase could go on or it could end real quick. Just depends on a few d20s. But he got a 17, so no complication. Now he makes the secret roll, and the result is also 17, and nothing happens. It's Lulu's turn now. Oh, Christ. So she's straight up in the air. So she was 540 feet away, but now she's 540 minus 260 feet away because they moved 260 feet forward. Oops. equals 540 minus 260, so 280 feet. But Lulu has her movement, so what would you have intended for her to stay flying up there and waiting for them to pass underneath her, or flying towards them but staying 120 feet in the air?
Flying towards them until she is the exact distance
Makes sense.
in front of them for them to drive right underneath her. Because if she moves too far, then they'll move past her.
So she gets another 240 towards them, and she is now 40 feet away. So basically, when they pass by her, should we resolve what she does on their turn, since it's going to be more than 40 feet, or on her turn and say it happened as they were passing her?
None of that.
Okay.
So how far does the enemy move in a turn? 240 feet?
260, yeah.
260. So Lulu, 120 feet up in the air, will end her turn when she is exactly 260 feet in front of the Devil's Ride. Or whatever the War Machine is called. Then the War Machine will move 260 feet forward, placing Lulu exactly perfectly above them. Yes. On her next turn, she will then fly down and blast them.
Got it.
She's using their momentum against them so that they drive under her.
Yes, absolutely. That makes sense, and that's how I'll resolve it. And Lulu's turn is over. It's Shora's turn, and it looks like you guys are 480 feet away from the Demon Grinder. So, still, you guys are pretty far. Your strategy is involving this other damage stuff going on. So Shora ends her turn. She's still got her readied action. All right, Scree. I think you're muted. Each participant in the chase rolls a d20 for complications. Yes.
Again.
But I found the answer at the end of this turn. You get a complication roll.
Oh, jeez. Okay. That can change everything or not. Anyways. You said I could do a trivial stunt, such as, like, for example, throwing a hand grenade while riding the motorcycle.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you just suddenly have hand grenades in your inventory.
Yeah.
It was an example.
You said I know. I was using it as an example. I was using it as an example. But
no, it's an improvised hand grenade. So you mean it's a coffee can filled with nails? Yes.
Oh my god.
It would still hurt. Not really a hand grenade, but it's
yep, improvised damage.
I would like to cast Summon Beast. Oh
shit.
On. Yeah. Yeah. Oh shit. I would like to cast in the vehicle, the Demon Grinder. God damn it, I can't English today. Oh, but
like on board it, right? Basically.
Yes. Okay. Right by the driver.
All right.
And just for flavor, just like this is flavor. Obviously, it's going to be a land beastal spirit, but it's a little. It's a small beast, so I decided to make it a velociraptor. And his name is Chewy. And Chewy is about to chew their faces off.
I was gonna say, you'll find out why he got that name.
Yeah, I'm adding Chewy to your list of allies. His hit points is 30 plus 5 for each spell level above second. What level is your spell slot that you're using? Second?
Huh? What'd you say?
It's got to be second, right? Yeah, second level spell slot.
It's second level.
Make sure you're marking out spell slots. Okay, so it has 30 hit points.
Yes, I'm marking them down now.
And its armor class is 11 plus the level of the spell, natural armor. It's a second level spell, so that's going to be 13 armor class. And
all right.
And Veloci is his creature type. All right, so you call. So it is concentration up to 1 hour. So you use your action.
Yes.
So as you're piloting your vehicle, you reach one feathered hand into your vest pocket and pull out a gilded acorn containing inside of it a feather, a tuft of fur, and a fish scale. This costs you 240 gold of materials, and you bring this with you everywhere you go. You make gestures with your hands as you speak the magic words and begin concentrating, and 90 feet is the range. Oh, I see. Yeah, you paid attention to it's pretty far, right? And you call forth a bestial spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range, and you choose directly on top of the demon grinder. So suddenly a velociraptor appears on top of the vehicle.
Dinosaurs and war machines, the best combination.
That should totally be what our serious game is called.
Trucks and dinosaurs, man. That's literally what I did.
Oh, seriously, dinosaurs and war machines? That would make a great module.
Yeah.
Time travel module.
Oh my god.
That would be cool. Write it, Nick. Make it happen.
Okay. I'll do it right now. I'll do it while we're playing. Off to the side. I don't have enough tasks that I'm juggling. Actually, I think we just wrote it though, right? I mean, like, this is the game now. Like, are you telling me that every single chase that Scree's not gonna just summon dinosaurs on these people?
Next time, make it even harder for him. Do something like a Scorpius Rex.
Okay,
oh my God.
You can give it verbal commands, and it gets to take its turn immediately after yours. So what are your commands? What's the verbal command you issue it immediately?
Chewie, chew his face off, meaning the driver. Chewie, chew his face up!
Okay.
I will just say just as a caveat, because otherwise we're gonna come back and it's gonna be like, it doesn't take your action to issue it commands, but it has to be able to like hear you. So just in case you're out of range next time, otherwise it's just gonna sit there and not do anything. Do that, but then also say, and afterwards kill everyone else, just so it has its instructions, which is but chew the driver's face off and then start killing other people, so it knows what to do.
All right, got it.
It does, yes, and I would assume that anyway. I was
just making sure.
Do you say chew off their faces, starting with the you know what I mean? So like, you can tell me flavor and intent. So awesome, and it takes its turn immediately after yours. So that's right about to happen. But since your turn ends first before it actually goes on your turn, but immediately after you. So it doesn't really get its own turn, but like it gets its own turn, but it doesn't do its own initiative.
It's initiative. It's the same initiative, but it is a separate turn.
Yeah, and it goes after you. So your turn ends. Roll for a complication. Complication. Ooh yeah. Rolling on that table, baby. What's gonna happen? You could flip over, or you could fall in a ditch.
My mic off again?
Yeah, if I start singing, if I start singing, that means I asked someone a question and I don't hear anything, and you might be muted. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right. Flat D20.
Flat D20, no mod, and no, you can't use inspiration on it.
Oh, yeah, that's cruel of you. 3.
Yeah, it's technically not a check.
I got a 3.
Oh, good complication. Okay. So as you're piloting your motorcycle and summoning your animals, so you go, go Chewie, go! Like you're just feeling on top of the world, and it's just like, and it's gonna run over and start chew. Movement. Before I resolve the complication, I need to know what the movement is. So you're 100 feet away from them. Do you want to stay exactly where you are right now, or do you want to drive like toward Ragadraga? You're 100 feet away, front, and 60 feet to the side. I mean, I know you have to get at least 10 feet. You have to get 10 feet closer to summon your beast, but how close do you want to be? 90 feet or less, you can choose. You could be right up next to it if you wanted to. It's literally up to you.
90.
God, what would be a safe, like, distance that's, like, closing in a little more, but still not, like...
You want to keep the maximum distance?
It's gonna catch up to you on its
Okay, so...
Actually, well, No, it would have to it'd have to turn towards you. I guess, so that's my question. Do you want to be 90 feet? Do you want to just drive 10 feet towards it and then summon your beast? Or do you want to do 10 feet towards it and then another 110 feet off to the side? Basically, you get to pick 2 directions. How close do you want to be to it, front and back and side to side?
You do need to be within 60 feet for the shatter if you guys are going to do a shatter.
Mm-hmm.
We are gonna, so...
But that's up to y'all. If that's a risk, you can say... Oh, actually, Hex is 90. You could just Hex and Eldritch Blast instead of Shatter. But that's up to you guys, however you want to risk.
Its movement is 260. If it wanted to, if you're within 260, it could try to it could turn and try to crash into you. Now, that means that it would be getting farther away from the party because it doesn't move closer to them because it's going towards you. It would be going off to the side, right? But, it could choose to chase you instead. So that's going to be something you have to kind of decide. If on your turn, so you're going to end your turn somewhere. That's where you're deciding. Where do you want to end your turn? You've used 10 feet to get close enough to summon Beast. Now you get to choose how far you want to be away from it. You have 110 feet left, forward, backward, side to side. And you're 60 feet to the side of it right now. You're 100 feet front to back, 60 feet to the side.
That is so confusing without a diagram or anything, without any visual representation.
Look at it this way. Confusing. It is though. Even if you move as far possible as away as you can this turn, right? And you're like, you know what? No, I'm just going to get away. It still is fast enough to be able to turn and charge you if it wants to. So, since you're already in that danger zone, you might as well get within range to shatter, right? Because if you're going to be in the same risk either way, it's going to close the gap. You might as well close in on it and put Zoe in a position to shatter and do something before you guys get plowed into.
All right, so 60 feet. Is that what
I'm gonna be in Descent of Shatter.
All right, so we're gonna do 60 and 60. So you're being basically as far away as you can while still doing Shatter. In other words, it's gonna have to go. It's gonna have to go 60 feet and then choose. Does it want to go past you, or does it want to turn and go towards you?
Does she have enough movement? Sorry, does Scree have enough movement to move past it 60 feet, so it's 60 feet diagonally behind it?
No, because
or is that too far?
Well, they're 100 feet away, so they could drive up to it and then drive past it, but it's 30 feet long, so they could drive basically
I think they should.
Yeah, behind it.
I think they should stay.
They could get right behind it up to right behind it, 0 feet behind it, within range of the wrecking ball. Within range of the wrecking ball.
The 60 foot the 60 foot distance laterally is consistent. There is not a change in how far away. They will never be closer than 60 feet because of that horizontal distance.
Yes.
But get as close to it as possible, so it has to do a full turnaround, not just kind of casually turn to the side. So you want to get behind it and come up from it from behind, but keep that 60 side distance.
Yes. No, you're right. Sorry. Yeah. So. If I made a diagram now, it wouldn't have been sufficient. This is actually helping me understand how I need to make the diagram next time. So, yeah, you're right. So they would be 0 feet x y, 0 feet x or 0 feet y and 60 feet x.
Exactly.
And you guys are just gonna have to use those coordinates because that's just gonna be the best.
That's exactly the way you should do it. Until the Z dimension comes into play with Lulu.
Sigh. Or Zach casting fly. Okay. Scree's turn's done. I know where they are. Oh. Wait. 3 was the complication. Ha.
Almost forgot. Almost
got away. Oh, let's rules lawyer, right? That's Willow's new favorite word. They never swore for such a long time. But 17th birthday, then the F-bomb is unlocked.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so I'm glad we worked all that out. Now a fire tornado 300 feet high and 30 feet wide at its base crosses your path. Go,
That's
Chewie, go!
that's the noise Scree makes.
This rumbling fire tornado. Make a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Pretty straightforward.
25.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so glad you made that. Oh, it's actually that you have to use the dexterity save of the vehicle. So
Still
keep
sounds
the
like
roll.
Oh
it's
shit.
significant.
Okay.
Keep the roll.
Yes, I got the roll.
But the Devil's Ride is the best dexterity, so you're a +4. So the roll +4. What's the result?
Oh, good. 22.
Yeah, you're good. Yes, awesome. This is why you have the Dexterity Ranger on a Dexterity motorcycle. So because I don't know about that Tormentor, man. So you just dodge out of the way of that fire tornado like it's nothing. 300 feet wide, or 300 feet high, remember. All right. Oh, that's awesome. And now, Zoe, it's your turn. Zoe's the only one that doesn't have to roll about fire tornadoes. If you were off the vehicle, you would. If you flew up into the air, I should make Lulu start rolling complications. Okay, sorry, continue.
Am I within shadow range still?
Yes, you are.
Oh, you'll never guess what I'm going to do next.
Wow, I wonder what he's gonna do next.
No, but I bet we talked for 30 minutes about what creatures are affected. Why don't you tell me what creatures are you intending to affect, and then if needed, we'll argue about the diagram.
I want to try and make sure to still hit the driver. That's the most important part.
Okay, so your driver,
yeah.
if you hit the driver, you can also hit the weapon on the front, and the weapons on both sides. The only thing you can't hit, if you want to hit the driver, you cannot hit the wrecking ball guy in the back. But you kind of have to target him specifically. So there's not that's the standard. I'm just, if you wanted to target something more specific, but yeah, so you can target all 4 of them at once. So you choose a point in space, expending a spell slot. You choose a point in space where you can tell, because you can just fucking do this, you can tell that it's going to be exactly 10-foot radius from... you should have to make a perception check to do this. Maybe in the future I'll do that. Exactly 10-foot radius away from the 4 enemies on the front. Sorry, what? Scree?
We did our Velociraptor turn, right?
Oh yeah, no, it didn't.
No, we didn't. Okay, so pause on that shatter damage. Velociraptor turn.
Sorry.
Hold on, let me pull that sheet back up. So it's gonna just lunge at the driver, and hold on, summon beast, multi-attack. The beast makes a number of attacks equal to half the spell's level rounded down. Level 2 spell makes it 1 attack, which you're a ranger, so that's normal. And that's gonna be Maul. Your attack modifier. Oh, okay. What is your spell attack modifier? Oh, you can make the attack. So make a spell attack roll against Ragadraga's armor class.
All right. Adding spell attack bonus, right?
Spell attack modifier, yeah.
Yeah.
And he has
11.
11. That would have hit him if it was not for the 3/4 cover. The 3/4 cover is making these... Yeah, I mean...
does he have 3/4 cover from someone inside the vehicle? I guess it doesn't specify they don't.
No, yeah. I mean, it says, it's like the position itself is like... Because you're kind of like sitting in a chair with controls and shit around you, so... it's
coming
from
inside. So.
Yeah, it's trying to like reach around like the controls and stuff, and like biting like imagine sticking your head down into a tank and you're like chomping at the guy.
It's inside.
It's like, get out of here.
It's inside the vehicle. Were you clear on that? It's inside the vehicle.
Well, there's not really an inside. There's a vehicle with a bunch of chairs strapped to it with controls and weapons and things.
Oh, okay. So in the diagram that you gave, there's not like open floor space?
I mean, it's not open floor space. It's like you're climbing around on a vehicle, like the bed of a pickup truck or the hood of a car.
Okay, okay. I was imagining it more like and then that still works. I was imagining it more like uh, an open area with like floor space between the different seats, but it's just like a giant thing with chairs strapped to the outside of it, but
Basically, yeah.
with like cockpit coverings on them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you might have like a windshield thing, you might have like a control panel. It might be sunken into the ground, into the structure slightly. They're sitting in a chair. It's got a back on it. I mean, all of that stuff together is what's creating the cover.
Okay, but they can't just get out of the thing and start. I mean, they'd have to climb out of their position in order to fight the thing, so that's good too.
Yeah.
The raptor would have 3/4 cover against them too.
Well, if the driver wanted to attack something that's attacking him on the vehicle, that would waste his action, and so he would lose his movement speed. So, but that would be an
but
option.
also and he could, but then they would have cover against him because there's a thing blocking him.
The action station provides the cover. If he's attacking something outside of his action station, that doesn't give cover to his target. He has the cover from being in the station. It's like a shield. When you have a shield,
raw. I agree with that.
Okay.
The raw doesn't specify that there's blockage. It just says it only says the creature in it. I think that's.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I think that is not consistent with the cover rules because there's something blocking them. But like an arrow slit, you could shoot out of an arrow slit. Obviously, they wouldn't have cover against that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It says requires 1 crew and grants half cover. So by nature of being in that position, mechanically, you are granted the status of half cover.
Yeah.
As long as you're in that position. But you'd have no reason to climb out of that position. But in this case, where he's trying to swat away a dinosaur, he has to choose: keep getting bitten in the face and keep driving, or swatting it away and losing 130 feet of distance.
Where's his weapon? Would he have to like pick up his weapon too?
I mean, he could attack you in 1 turn. He's holding his weapon. I mean, he's got 1 hand on the steering wheel. He's screaming at you. He's probably
not stopping the drive in order to attack the dinosaur. And if he does, then that's part of the goal. So that's fine.
He could, and he probably would not, but he could. But it would be his benefit. What's more important to him, catching you or saving his face? Seems like he really wants to catch you.
This clarification, though, although okay, so question 1 would be the other guys can't just climb out of their seat and walk over and start attacking him. He could, but then they'd be climbing on the outside of the thing, and their station wouldn't be manned, which is another goal.
I mean, it doesn't.
Could they fire the?
I mean, I guess they could stand up, walk across the thing, attack the guy, and walk back and get back in their seat per raw. No. Wait. Yes. It doesn't say it takes an action to sit in your seat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess
could they fire harpoons on them?
No, not. I think that harpoons can have a 360 degrees, but I don't think they could shoot at the drive. Well, I don't know. Let's set a precedent. Should someone in the harpoon flinger be able to fire it at the driver of a demon grinder? I mean, it's really just how flexible you want to make this harpoon flinger, considering the fact that in a future instance, you could jump on, grab attack the person in the seat, grab them, try to pull them out of the seat, or kill them, and then you just replace their dead body in the seat, and then that's how you stop the vehicle, as you point blank the driver with the harpoon gun of that vehicle. So with cover. So
I don't think I think that raw that might work because it doesn't say you can't attack within close range or whatever, but I don't think that makes sense. I would say nix that. You can't attack your own vehicle or creatures on your own vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at that point the dinosaur is acting as a part of a swarm, and I don't want to go into swarms of dinosaurs.
Oh God.
Oh my
Swarms
God.
of
Well,
velociraptors.
won't Chewie get hit by my shatter here in a minute, anyways?
Yeah.
This says creatures.
No, he's on the outside of the thing. He's further away, right, from the sphere. The sphere is just barely hitting the.
He's right on
driver
top of the
himself.
he's right on top of the driver, trying to chomp him in the face.
Not
and
in the
this is
same square. If he's not behind the driver, then he's on top of the driver, and the shatter is just barely. Wait, where's the driver? Oh, because it's hitting the guy. The guy who's the guy in front? The guy riding the chomper.
Yeah.
So I probably you couldn't move it back and hit the 4 other than excluding the chomper.
You have to, in order to get the full 20-foot radius of a sphere, it needs to be a cross section of the sphere, which means that it needs to be covering the entire 20 feet. So there's no way that you could hit the driver and the chomper and both harpoon flingers on either side and somehow miss the dinosaur in that sphere. He's going to be within that sphere. You're
right, but
that's on my turn anyways.
Your turn's coming up. You couldn't, based on looking at the diagram, you couldn't shift it back 5 feet and also hit. I guess it's because of the height difference between the wrecking ball guy, right? You never get. There's not an option for HLR WB. If the sphere was perfectly centered between the wrecking ball, L and R and H in the exact center position,
the driver,
it would be less than 10 feet from
the driver of the wrecking ball is too far away from the helm to hit it at the same time. In fact, you'd have to pick, if you want to hit the wrecking ball guy, you can get one of the harpoon flingers on the side, but you can't reach the helm.
Why? Wait, why not? It's there. He's the wrecking from the center of the vehicle. The wrecking ball and the helm are both exactly 10 feet away, based on your diagram, and they're on the same level too, 15 feet from the center.
Okay. Here's my answer, and you don't have to accept it. And if you want, we can continue discussing. It's not a final answer, but here's my answer. Because that's what I intended, and because I would need to go back to the rules of when you're choosing a point in space, I believe it's like a corner of a square, and we'd have to measure it out. And I think at the moment, it would be better if we just proceed, because if we were talking about this before, if you had measured that and said, hey, wait a minute, it's the same distance from the left and right, so technically, but
you would have adjusted. What you're saying is the diagram is not a diagram you made and then decided based on that. You're arbitrary, and this is the word arbitrarily is not bad here. You're arbitrarily deciding what can and can't be hit. Then you do a diagram that you thought represented that, but based on this image, you're wrong. So what you're saying is you would readjust that so that image wasn't possible.
Yes. Yes, that's correct. Because I mean, a lot of the features here are fluid. Like, it's a 30 by 30 square, but it's 32 to 64 feet high, and it could also be its length, and it could be longer than it is wide. So it's a lot of its specifics and abstractions that you really just can't.
So you could just say the wrecking ball is way up high in the air, and then it would be out of range of the sphere. The dimensions can stay the same, X and Z. Or on the X plane, it can stay the same, but up in the air, the wrecking ball is up higher, and it's out of the range of the sphere.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
But okay, so with that image that I sent,
sorry. Let me
ignoring the wrecking ball, the wrecking ball would have just been a bonus. We're trying to avoid hitting the dinosaur. If you move that sphere down and forward enough and position it correctly, you could hit those 3 targets, excluding the chomper, and miss the raptor.
Yeah. Oh wait, which 3 targets?
Because he's the helm and the 2 side gunners. Yeah. Because the helm is only 5 feet from each of the gunners, so you could position the shatter just far enough below that it would hit both the gunners and the helm and just barely miss the raptor with the 10 feet.
Yeah, I would say that.
If we get the if we get the penalty of the short range, we also get the bonus of the short range. You can't say it's going to miss the wrecking ball, but also hit the raptor.
No, exactly, and you can't hit everyone in a range, and then but somehow miss someone in the middle of that. But yes, if you shift it down the way that you drew with that arrow, and you're missing the chomper guy, you can also miss the little chomper guy. Yes, I will. Yeah. I will accept that. Also, another purpose of the diagram is just to show you that it's actually not totally arbitrary. I'm drawing it out and going, what kind of makes sense? And I'm like, well,
yeah.
I mean, take that circle you drew and then nudge it up half a square and then argue it hits everything at once and then make a 3D plastic model with Zach's printer and then show me how you've done a cross section and measure.
I thought about
if you give me a model, I'll print it.
I thought about popping open Unity and making an exact diagram of the thing, which I might still do, and then I can just show you where the sphere overlaps. But because you were open with that and you said you made the diagram based on specific criteria, I'm not going to fault you for not making a perfect diagram. You had an intention. Exactly. I just have to have that to go off of.
Yes.
So.
And because then I would say, actually, no, what's easier is this vehicles are not objects or creatures, and so shatter does nothing.
I'm not trying to hit the vehicle.
Oh, no,
I'm not trying to hit the vehicle.
No, I know, but the vehicle, I know, that was a little bit separate, but I was just saying, like, that's still an option. So, like, really, we're just kind of, and that's why I said we can continue discussing if you want, but basically it's like, I've thought about it and here's what I think. And we can argue and discuss and you might change my mind, but it's getting pretty late and I think we've got a good stride. And I know we stopped it by discussing, but we argued about arguing. We didn't argue, so that's good.
Yeah, this is literally has nothing to do with the vehicle. It's literally just about the placement of a sphere and hitting enemies. But because you're not playing with a grid, it makes that a little more complicated. And I have to ask questions because if I ask a question, can we hit these creatures? And you say no, I need you to explain why physically that won't work.
Yeah. You need to have the DM explain what he's doing.
Yes, really? Absolutely. Otherwise, I would not be playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Bullshit rules, lawyer.
But it is. But when the campaign book lacks such severe detail, there's no diagrams of the machines at all. All I get is gargantuan. And I get a description of the stations, and that's it. Everything else is up to me. So when you're talking about 20 feet radius, centered in a point in space, okay, well, how tall is the machine? It doesn't say. What are the dimensions of the machine? It doesn't say.
I understand.
Gargantuan creatures are 6x6 squares. So do we just treat it as a 6x6 square object, and it's an entirely flat platform? Is it difficult terrain? None of that is addressed in the book whatsoever. Yeah. So there's no way that I can plan all of that in advance. I have to all fiat it as it comes up. Right. And in advance, I can ask certain questions. But that is my intent, is make sure everyone's happy with it, but try to make the decision that keeps the game moving. Which it's not, but that's okay. Because this is the first time we're doing it.
You decide, and then tell me what the situation is so we can decide how we act. And if we then decide how we act, and you say, wait, my description... that I didn't intend that with my description, then you need to give me a better description so we can figure out what we need to do. Because if I'm looking at the wrong picture, I need to know what the real picture is so we can figure out how to do it.
But remember, no picture exists because there's no way that I could
a picture in my mind. A picture in my mind that you're describing to me. If you say the tower is 10 feet tall and I say, I can jump 10 feet. You say, wait, the tower is 15 feet tall. Sorry, I was imagining something without your abilities. Okay, well, actually, I cast jump. Now I can jump 20 feet. Shit, okay, it's 25 feet tall. It's the moving goal line. So I need a goal line to focus on to make a plan, and if that goal line moves, then my plan falls apart, and I feel like that was not my fault. So
yes, but also remember what we're talking about here is Isaac Newton versus Albert Einstein, wherein Isaac Newton was able to create physics that worked on the micro level and the quantum level, but Einstein, I have this backwards, and Einstein was the macro
yes,
level.
You do.
There's no unified theory of relativity that works on the quantum level as well as the astronomical level. So
all I need is to see where the creatures are in 3D space so I can determine how to place our attack in 3D space. If you don't know where the creatures are in 3D space, then I will wait patiently while you decide that, and then once you give an answer, then I will tell you my attack. And that's all the question is. So if you want to keep re-explaining yourself, that's fine. However you want to do it, I've
No,
told
no,
you where the shatter should go.
I just want you to be clear because you said that you want to make sure that all the details are specified from the DM, and I'm just letting you know that's not going to happen. But I will make rulings on the fly based on the hours of research and discussion that I've done. What are you targeting with shatter?
The shatter should
Left,
be
right,
intended to
left,
target
right, helm. You
helm,
can do left, right, helm, no
left,
dino.
right, and not the raptor.
Awesome.
Correct.
Awesome. So I've got 3 saving throws to roll, but we don't have to talk about shatter again. But you can use it again. I hope that you use it a lot because we spent all the time talking about the rules. So now we're all set up.
We have to let Willow finish her turn though. I interrupted.
No. The dino took his turn. He tried to chomp. He missed. Now we're going back to your shatter. No, we paused.
Oh, I missed that part then.
No, we paused your shatter to go and resolve that. It's been resolved. And that's why we're now. And I said, "What are you targeting with shatter?" And then me and Jake had to discuss what you're able to target with shatter.
Sorry, I got distracted for a second. I missed that part where we went back and finished.
I don't know why our arguings over totally unspecified rules in a made-up universe is so fascinating. But it's necessary.
This is a specified rule.
We talked a long time before. Well, I know the rules are specified, the details are not, and it's impossible for me to create the details. I won't be able to run the campaign. I can't do that. That grid took me 30 minutes to do, and I'm cussing at this online software that I found because I'm like, how am I going to draw a grid? So I could go get graph paper. So I don't have graph paper.
Okay. It's 11:30.
You could have just got.
I got it.
Yeah.
How much damage does shatter do? I'm done with this. Let's keep going.
Okay, so at second level, it's.
I have to roll the saving throws, and that's by bookkeeping, and I cannot begin resolving that until we're not discussing anymore because I can't do both at once.
Con saving throws. It appears to be. It's a 3d8 at second level and 1d8 for each level above, so that would put it at 5d8.
Oh, well, okay, let's start with the saving throws. So what's the DC again?
Con saving throw.
And what's the DC?
I'm looking because I had the summary up, not the actual details.
Okay, great.
Hold on.
Yeah, because I'll probably need the other stuff, but all I need right now is the DC for the saving throw. So I rolled a 14 plus 2, so that's 16. And that's for the first werebore. I guess there's only one. Yeah, that's for Raga. And the other ones are rats. I'll roll those. So we've got a 16 and an 18 and an 18. So probably the 18s don't hit, so the 16 may or may not hit, depending on what your spell save DC is. Spell save DC is...
Okay, so it's based off of my spell save?
Uh-huh. Your spell save DC. Your spell save DC. You have a DC
right.
that all of your spells are the target, and that's based on your charisma modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So it's probably 4 for your charisma modifier plus your proficiency
and 3
bonus,
for proficiency.
3, which is 7... and
sorry, I hardly ever have to cast anything that has saves on it. So
no, I'm just trying to do it by memory. So your spell.
So yeah, 4 and 7.
It's 8 plus your proficiency. I thought it was on your sheet because this is like spell attack, spell save DC.
15. It is on my sheet. 15.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, because
I just had it abbreviated. That's why I couldn't find it.
Awesome, they all make the save. So what is it? Half damage.
Yeah, half of 5d8.
How much? Because you roll damage for
I roll it.
You always roll damage for
that's right.
I only roll saving throws. I roll saving throws because it's not a spell attack, but you always roll the damage. I mean, I guess I could, but normally you would roll the damage.
Oh my god, this could have been so much better. 16, because I rolled 2 natural ones.
Okay, and it's half damage on a success, right?
Right.
Okay, 8 damage to Raga, 8 damage to rat number 1, and 8 damage to rat number 2. And...
yeah, that could have been better. I rolled a 1, and a 2.
Well,
they made... of them.
Oh, yeah, and they made the save, so... but they still did damage. All right. Now it's the rat's turn. Now it's the rat's turn, and... they're 60 feet away from you guys, your motorcycle, so they can target you. And I believe they're still 400 and... yeah, Raga hasn't gone yet, so they're still 480 feet away. So they're going to shoot their harpoons at you guys on the motorcycle. they could target one of you or the motorcycle. So I think they're going to be smart and target the driver, who gets half cover for being at the helm. So Zoe actually wouldn't get cover, but they are attacking the one with cover. And cover is half cover is a +2 bonus to AC and dexterity saving throws. And Scree, I believe, has a hit point of 17. Correct me if that's wrong, Scree. 17 armor class for Scree. So +2 is going to be 19 armor class
with
for Scree.
+2.
All right, and now they're going to make their harpoon rolls. And that's so 2 harpoon flingers. They have a +5 to hit. The first one's a 1, so that's a miss. The second one's a 19 +5, so that's 24. So that is going to hit. And that's 2d8 piercing damage, which is a total of 13 piercing damage to Scree. And their turn is over, and it's now Ragadraga's turn. And he uses the dash action to travel 260 feet. Brain is melting down. And he was at 480.
Dude,
so
it's
now he's
so
at
late.
220. Yeah, this is round 3 of battle, by the way. And he passes his turn to Lulu, who is now pretty sure that we figured out that she can blast them at the beginning of her turn, right?
I believe so. If she did the math correctly, then she would fly straight down and blast them from behind.
Blasting them from behind per your diagram. So all of them are going to make saving throws. All 5 of them. And her spell save DC is... Oh, it's actually in my book. How nice.
And this one will actually hit the dinosaur. There's no way to avoid that.
Yeah, no, because, well, which trumpet is it? I think it would be the one that only damages evil creatures, right?
Yeah. If there's that one, we still go ahead and use that one just for... That's probably better.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Trumpet of blasting non-magical objects in the cone take damage as well. But we're going to do sparkles. We're doing sparkles, right? We're doing sparkles. I don't know.
I don't want to damage the vehicle, and I don't think that what she could damage would be worth it. So, yeah, sparkles. If that's the one that damages not allies.
Yeah, and it's not allies, right? It says good creatures take no damage, and her creature's good because she is good. So each creature is a DC 14 con saving throw. So let's do Raga, Crush Grinder guy, and then the Wrecking Ball, and then the Were-Rat number 1, and then the Were-Rat number 2. Okay, and that's going to be fail, save. And I don't, because there are actually 3 really low numbers and 2 high numbers. So... on a successful save is half damage, and the ones that take damage are, can you help me remember that it's Ragadraga and the Wrecking Ball guy that take full damage? And
got it.
Damage is 4d8 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 17 damage. So that's going to be 17 damage to Ragadraga. 17 damage to the guy in the back. I didn't write down which is which. Is it Uzi Wog or Jibs? Which is the one on the Wrecking Ball? It doesn't matter, but it will, so I have to actually look. Oh, it doesn't say, but based on order, I'm going to say it's Uzi Wog. So Uzi Wog takes 17 damage. Everyone else takes 8 damage, I believe. It's half damage. 8.
You say Raga and the Wrecking Ball guy took full damage?
Yes, 17 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's resolved.
Okay. Does the trumpet do anything other than damage? I don't remember.
No. No. It's just a sparkly. The only effect is doesn't target good creatures. All right, so she is now flying like directly behind the tormentor. You know, I'm actually tracking too many distances too. I'm realizing now all we really need is like distance between Quarry and the other guy, because really you guys, anyway, sorry, doesn't matter. Whose turn is it? Shora. She can fire a harpoon. She targets the driver. Make an attack roll. Okay. I'll make the attack roll for Shora, and that's going to be a 6, which is that's a +7, so that's 13, and his AC is 16. Am I missing anything calculating? I think that's a miss. Okay. And so next turn. So she shoots a harpoon. You guys now have 9 harpoons. God, I'm not tracking these harpoons. That's the first time she shot it, so I'll say that your number of harpoons. Yeah, I need a vehicle sheet, basically. I need like a vehicle tracker sheet that I need to create that has all this on it. So you have 9 harpoons. How many harpoons have they shot? Just 2, right? Didn't they just now do that?
I think so.
Yep.
So they each have 9. We're gonna need to wrap up soon, but I just want to maybe I think that we could float through one more round. Do you want to do that, or do you want to pause it here?
We probably could. I think we've picked up the pace and ironed out.
Let's see how quickly we can do this particular round. Scree, it's your turn.
Shit. Okay. So first things first. Before I do any
sorry, this is a good thing. Ragged didn't roll his complications.
Oh yeah.
Maybe this can end right now. God, we didn't even do that much in the battle, but I mean, this is really complicated. This is advanced.
Yeah.
But we're doing a good job, I think. Sorry that me and Jake argue so much. 13. Oh my God, he's so lucky. Okay, let's do the secret roll. Maybe it'll be cool. 4. Surprisingly, 4 is good enough. What you're looking for is he's got to roll a 1.
Oh,
if he rolls a 1, his day is ruined. Okay. Sorry, what do you want to say, Zach? And then we'll go back to Scree.
If this is advanced, what the hell are you doing with me here?
We're all noobs,
this is
and we're trying.
What all your practice was for.
We've been playing level 3 games, for a long time, like a decade. It's like, okay, we want to actually slowly level up, and this is our first time getting thrust in these situations. Just wait until you've got an army. Wait until you've got an army with dozens of NPCs and groups and infantries, and you guys are doing battle strategy and stuff. Yeah, this is what higher level games look like.
They're literal warlords.
Yeah, but
we'll
get better at it.
Let us build war machines.
You have to do the work. You have to actually go through the effort, and then you get better at it. Scree, what you doing?
It's just a joke, sorry.
Funny.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, your guy's chomping, so you can do whatever you want now.
Well, I do want to, hold on.
That's okay, because I'm not anywhere near ready for my one-shot yet. So let's play your game next time. I'll go ahead and finish. I've mostly got them made. I just have to make sure I got all the details, magic items written down and stuff. And then the game after that, we'll go back to this, and then I'll wrap this up. I'm not in a rush to do a one-shot on mine. I mean, mine's evolving so much now, I feel like it's kind of getting interesting, and you guys aren't rushing to do something new. In fact, I'm still going to do the damn dream, unless you guys don't want me to. Do you want to wait until 2 weeks, or do you want me to just tell you what the dream was anyway, and just because it's all flavor?
We could do the dream on another night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll save it. Like we said. Okay. So, have you got?
I'm half asleep.
Well, you're
I'm actually struggling. So so badly.
We can stop now. You're the first one of the round. So.
Yeah, that's what I was asking is, okay,
Yeah.
we're about to start another round. I think we can go through it quickly if everyone kind of knows what they're going to do. But if everyone doesn't know what they're going to do and it's going to take another 30 minutes to talk through, then this would be a good stopping point. And now you guys, we know where everyone we know where everyone is. And I've got a week. Maybe I won't have any family members die in the next 2 weeks.
God,
we literally put Darlene to sleep yesterday. And I don't I like playing D&D even if I just lost a loved one, because it helps me get my mind off it. But if it was yesterday, no, I wouldn't have been able to play. So thanks for playing tonight, guys. I had a lot of fun. Sorry, me and Jake arguing rules like this it's actually the way that we are working through getting to these higher levels of play. If we'd already done this,
I know.
this campaign, I'm saying for everyone, the stream, Jake knowing I'm not mad at him, the stream knowing that this is actually normal. We're working through these difficult scenarios, and if we had this came out 3 years ago, if we did this 3 years ago and this was our third playthrough, we'd be blasting through it because we'd already know what to do. So it's like, oh, totally new scenario. That's why I was doing so much prep talk, because it's like, okay, everyone remember, this is a totally new thing. It depends on what you guys want to do. But actually, I mean, we had to argue over rules, but I think overall it went pretty smooth because you guys kind of knew what you were going to do. And look, now it's slowing down because it's like, oh, we did all the stuff we were talking about. Shit, what do we want to do next? One complication could have ended everything. And that's part of the excitement of it. But now it's like to be continued. So some damage has been done. It's been recorded. I've got the distances written down, more or less. And I'll save the initiative order. It saves in the website. So we'll just save everything, freeze it where it is. And in 2 weeks, and we'll be able to resolve it because we've already gotten this far now. So please remember the way that we're doing this, and you guys can spend the next couple of weeks kind of thinking about, okay, cool. Now that I know where I am, what's going on, how do I want to proceed? Zach's out of spell slots. Scree has expended some stuff, and like, okay, now what? This you could just wait for something to explode, but since this is round 4. I believe you've got 3 dashes left, and this round is going to use it up. So basically, you've got 3 rounds, and if they don't get unlucky, then you might start rolling con saves and stuff. So something will happen soon. What an exciting beginning to this encounter. Thanks, everyone, for bearing with me. Sorry that it went so late. I didn't even talk about ending it. I mean, until I know that Willow's saying she's getting tired, and that's great, and totally fine to stop now since no one was complaining. I'm like, okay, let's just keep getting through this, so the next time that we play, then it'll be a lot smoother. So thanks, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now, and then